What is up? It's your host, TruthSeekah, here again. Back with another guest. Today I'm speaking with my brother Quayle, aka 3rd EyeOpener. Huge Instagram following. Reached out to me on Instagram. Showed some gratitude and respect for the music. We've been building ever since. What's going on, Quayle, man? How you doing?
Yo, I'm doing fantastic. I am so excited to be here. Bro, you have no idea. Your music changed my life. If I could tell you, like 2 years ago, I'm sitting in an apartment. I'm wondering what the hell's happened with the world. I see everything dying. Nature's being killed. Humans are warring. I had a job I hate, a girl I hate, a cheating girl. There was no love left in me, you know? I heard your song, Fearless, and I just said, fuck it all. I dropped my job. I dropped the girl. Within 2 weeks, I gave all my shit away, and I went to Maui, and I lived on this. It was like a former tantric retreat that had turned into kind of like a woofing farm type of deal. It was a weird place, bro, but it set me off on my journey, dude. I haven't even looked back. And now I have this giant Instagram following, a good website. I'm helping tons of people. I feel fucking great, dude. Yeah. And honestly, it all comes back to that one song. It's fucking crazy, nuts, right?
Man. It is.
It's nuts.
It is crazy, dude. Like, and the weird thing is, I don't take responsibility for it. I feel like I'm blessed to be a part of that experience for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm blessed to have other people's music do that for me. And just,
right?
Like this crazy chain of events where my music is setting people on spiritual journeys and being the soundtrack for their spiritual awakening. Like, people are coming out of bondage. People are coming out of religion. All kind of stuff by the words and the light and the vibration inside the music. Super crazy, man. And I'm just blessed to be a part of that experience, dude. I get these messages every day.
I know.
It's crazy.
It's nuts, right?
I'm
like
you'd
never
blown
think
away by it. It's weird. It really is.
It's super weird having people know you too and not knowing them. That's come to me now.
Dude.
Shit's real weird, bro.
No. In person. In person.
So weird. I know.
My God.
Bro, it's creepy as shit, right?
It is. And dude, it started happening to me like in high school, because I was like, in high school I was big into Marilyn Manson and gothic and wearing lipstick and black eyeliner and painting my face and stuff, and really gothic and anti-God and like doing stuff to piss people off, like, and
been there, bro.
and it was weird because like people would come up to me maybe at like a football game, and they'd be following me, like stalking me, trying
like
to fight
you're God,
me.
right? Like
No.
their worship, like it's fucking weird.
Well, it was the opposite back then, because they wanted to fight me, like, because I was just anti-God and making fun of Jesus and all of these things. And so everywhere I went, I'd go through Walmart, and these people would be following me, trying to fight me, and I had no idea who they were. And so random people would come up to me because people know who I was or whatever, right? And so it was weird then, and even now in public, people know who I am. It's weird for me because I deal with religion, and I come out of the organized institutional Christianity, and
They hate that, dude. They call us witches. You know that, bro?
I do.
Fuck.
I know that. And that's the thing, because I'll meet people now in public who know me. I have no idea who they are. And they say, oh, you're a TruthSeekah. Yeah, man, I heard about you. So I have to go back and say, okay, who did you hear about me from? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because if they tell me, yeah, I heard about you through this guy, I'm like, damn, now you think I'm a witch. Damn, now
right.
you think I'm a druggie. Or what, like...
It depends who you ask.
Yeah, it depends on who you ask. So I'm like, they're like, hey, man, I know you. Shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right, me too, dude. I definitely have a shady past.
Yeah, so I got to figure out who they know me through, man. That is a weird walking around and people
super
looking
weird.
at you. It's because they know you, and like they're intimidated by you or starstruck. It's weird. It really is, man. Comes with the
It's one of
territory.
the strangest things I've ever come across in my life is the notion of fame.
Yeah.
It's the strangest. Just they look at you and they're just like, I know you, and you just look at them back blank. You're like, I have no idea. Is it good or bad? Or are you gonna kill me? Or are you gonna help me? Or what?
Yeah.
What are you here for, person?
Yeah, the weird thing is they say that you can only, like, the mind can only really remember about 150 faces, 150 people.
Weird, right?
That's the
The
limit.
Matrix.
And so it's weird for me because like once you almost hit that 150 limit, those people maybe before the 150 kind of fade out and you forget them. So people come up to me, dude, man, remember me from, and I don't want to be rude, so I'm like, yes, I remember you, man, and I really don't. And
but then you have to play catch up with them the whole time, pretending like you know them, and it's just fucking blank.
They want me to take their number into my phone. Dude, call me. I'm like, okay.
I hate that.
And I just say,
how do you spell your name?
How do you spell your name?
I do it too, bro. I do it all the fucking time. Right. They're like, bro, it's Chris. It's spelled like every other Chris. So, you know, it could have been with a K, bro. I always make some bullshit excuse. At least I'm not the only follower that's fucking like, lying a little bit and telling people I remember them.
Man, I don't want to hurt people's feelings because they're like, some of them even have a magical moment. You know what I'm saying? They look up to you and they want to feel needed. They want to feel loved. And I don't want to be the one who's like, who are you again, dude? You know what I'm saying? So I just try to.
And they are super needed and they're super loved.
Exactly.
They just, I'm not, I can't personally. It's a lot.
That's it. You know,
it's too much.
Yeah. So
it's too much.
I wanted to talk about psychedelics, spiritual awakening, and their connection. There's definitely a resurgence. I'm not an expert. I've had my encounters. I've had my experiences. I've put it in my music. Before we went live, you did, I don't know if you call it a line, a hit, a bump of rape.
Oh, yeah.
And I want to know more about that, man. I've been doing a little studying, and
rape is great.
I want to know more, and it's
amazing. All right, so there's these things, baby. So there's tribes, indigenous tribes all over the world that practice the art of Kambo, and Kambo is frog medicine. Yeah. And they basically take this frog. It's called the giant monkey frog, and they scrape the venom off its back, and they burn little holes into you. It's about 9 holes on the first try, depending on your body weight. They burn them in, a shaman does, and then you purge for about 10 minutes. So anyway, these tribes, they all use a variety of rapé. Rapé is shamanic tobacco. It's plants that have been prayed to and treated properly. They're not formaldehyde like cigarettes, you know. Tobacco is a connective herb. And the rapé is the powdered shamanic tobacco, sacred trees that have been prayed to for hundreds of years. They burn the ashes. They burn the tree, and the ashes are put into the rapé. And then there's a seed in this particular variety that's called yopo, which is it contains high levels of DMT. So it's not to say that you blast off with every single time that you do. I don't call it a bump. I just do say rapé. You want to do rapé? Yeah. want to do some rapé?
Yeah.
And it hurts like hell. It's very painful, but it's a good connective. It's very connective.
What hurts when you snort it or you?
So you take an applicator. So you take this, and it's made of bamboo, and then it's held together with resin or beeswax or anything like that. Mine was held together with surgical tape because it's what I had available. So it's bamboo with surgical tape. It's a hybrid of technology and nature. And so you put one end in your mouth, and then you put the other end up your nostril, and you just blow, but you don't inhale. Inhaling is very, very bad. It goes into your lungs, can cause mold infections and stuff.
You just blow it in there without.
You blow it in, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
It lodges right in the canal in between your brain, you know, and your septum, I guess. So it lodges up there, and it burns a little, but as you ground yourself into the pain, it kind of aligns your energy field in your body. You can feel your root chakra being very connected, and you envision it as you're going through that brief purge of the pain. You also envision your chakra system energizing, and then your crown chakra kind of explodes. You can feel it open up. Like 1,000-petal lotus style.
How long does that take? Is it almost instantly, or? It's
instantly, and it's not something that's, it's not a drastic, it's not powerful, but it's very earthy. You know that earth is in you, you know?
Good, yeah.
It's really good. It's about $40 for a bottle like this, which I think is like 22 grams.
Is there a specific website, or are you selling it, or?
We have, I live right now in Peru, and we have some shamans down here that do apprentice classes that my friends attend. So they go to the ceremonies where they make it, and they actually engage in making it with the indigenous tribes. And then they bring it back to the city that we're staying in. And they sell it here for a discounted rate because it's made by an apprentice. Normally for good stuff like this with Yopo, it's probably about $85 for 25 grams or something like that. There's websites online, but honestly, with
that's
sacred
where I want to go.
stuff,
I want to go to like a trusted place because I came across the link yesterday, and we're talking about it now. That was selling it. They said they sell it for 100, but there was a discounted rate of $60. But it was an ayahuasca retreat center in the U.S., and I want to talk about that a little bit as well.
now there's a few reputable ones I know in California that I have friends that are part of the facility, and they do sell rapé. I mean, there are places that go to Peru, bring it back, but ordering the real stuff from like just a random shady online website, I would be like,
yeah.
Nah.
Well, this is a retreat center, so there's that so much trust there.
Yeah, they probably bring it back with them from when they go abroad traveling, which is probably the way to get it.
Yeah, and so it's it's legal though, right? For now,
it's legal. Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
Because it doesn't contain at least the kind that I have. They don't all have yopo, but the kind that I have, it's a crushed seed. So it's not actually like you extract the DMT with any of the various methods. You just have a crushed seed that's naturally occurring. And all life has DMT in it. I mean, that's what we release upon birth and death. That brings us to this reality.
The rapé, does it doesn't have Cambo in it, right?
No. Cambo, yo, Truth, you got to
totally.
see Cambo. It's the shit, bro. It's the fucking shit. What a godlike substance. It just makes you feel so much better when you come back from that.
Yeah.
You're just like, wow, I just got out every bit of negativity that could possibly be.
I watched the Hamilton Morris documentary on it, and it didn't seem like he really had a great experience with it. I obviously he's going to kind of trip out and just see some type of psychedelic encounter, but that's my impression from it was Hamilton Morris with Vice. Did you see that?
I didn't see it,
okay.
Although I'm familiar with the Vice series.
Yeah.
I try not to watch too much stuff because my head is so cluttered with thoughts that I like to think are important that when I watch other people's stuff, I get so screwed up.
Exactly.
But I haven't seen it. But he made it seem like it wasn't.
Well, he was just saying he felt sick. There was nothing from it. Then he was just there in the middle of the Amazon and getting in the water. Then he was talking about how the water's disgusting. You're not supposed to be in the water. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't seem to have a good experience off of it. But
wow,
that's all I know. You know what I'm saying? That's all I've really looked at. So so what exactly is the rapé? I don't know if you said it, and I'm just not getting it. It is just the ashes and
rapé is just tobacco, sacred trees, ashes, and then in some cases it has something added like menthol or eucalyptus or yopo or other seeds that have hallucinogenic or entheogenic properties. It depends. There's such a wide range, but generally rapé is considered shamanic tobacco or snuff. It's a medicine that's used by tribes, indigenous tribes, to blow. Basically, you blow up snuff into your nose that has sacred meaning because it's been prayed to for so many years. The tobacco has been tended and loved for a very long time. Where you put your energy, it manifests, right? Yeah. So if it manifests into a plant because you're praying to it, then the plant will have a sacred meaning to other people who do it.
Yeah.
Or so I'd like to think. I mean, I could be wrong about all this.
No, I'm definitely with you on that. Some of the, they had like 3 or 4 bottles. Some was like brown, green, yellow. There was different. Is that just the different plants that they're getting it from that take up the color, or what do you know about that?
Well, a lot of times the stickers don't really identify what's going into the plant or into the rapé. It would depend. It would be based on company or based on tribe.
Well, it was the color of the rapé itself. Like it was just a bottle of powder. Like one was brown, another bottle was green, another was like.
Oh, so they were clear bottles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so the rapé that's mixed with green would probably have eucalyptus in it, which is a lot of times what they get the menthol variety from.
Okay.
The stuff that's yellow sounds like they mixed it with a lot of ashes. I don't know of anything in the rapé family that would be yellow. The tobacco is generally brown. It's like a powdered brown.
Okay.
Mine is brownish. It's the yopo variety, has a darker tint to it. And there's one that I've had that's a little earthier. It's more grounding, and that's reddish, but it's still along the brown variety. I've never seen the yellow before.
Okay. Everything I'm reading says that, kind of like what you were saying, you go through a purging process. Do you do that with the rapé, or is that just the Cambo?
So the Cambo, the purging process is very quick. It's about a 10-minute purge after the water. You spray water onto the venom into your burns. And when it gets wet, it goes into your bloodstream. There's about a 30-second onset. And then you're just violently purging, but it's painless purging, but you are throwing up very intensely. You drink about 2 liters of water before each one.
Yeah. So what about the rapé?
The rapé is generally what they give you to complement the Cambo afterwards, because after the Cambo, you can feel a little frazzled.
Yeah.
And the rapé is a medicine that grounds you. So it'll collect your thoughts a little bit, help you get your ethereal body back in line.
Okay.
Cambo is a pretty hectic experience.
Yeah. So
yeah, you ever had like a bad trip? Like a real bad trip, and you're just like, I need to come back from this right now.
I haven't, man. I've been with people who have.
Oh, it's so bad.
I've been with people who have had, and I've had to pull myself together.
It sucks, right?
Yeah, to kind of help them. But yeah, I could. It's a weird place. I've kind of been fortunate, man, to like have been a lot of places in my mind, mentally, emotionally, in the spirit realm and things like that naturally before I kind of got up to, the bravery to try to take a psychedelic or a mushroom in my case, because I was kind of I went through some really dark experiences just with like black magic and Wicca and opening up my mind to spirits, and like these spirits came in and was messing with me, dude. I was going schizophrenic, going crazy and stuff like that. And so for me, through my journey to say, okay, I'm ready to have that psychedelic experience after all the research I've done. So much research, Amber Lyons with Reset.me, Joe Rogan, Terrence McKenna, just doing research. So you know what? It's calling to me, right? It's calling to me. So for the longest time, I was kind of like happy that I didn't, happy's not the word, but I was kind of bragging with the fact that we can achieve higher states of consciousness without the use of a drug or whatever the case is. And I said, yep, I don't need that. We can go into meditation. We can astral travel. We can commune with our higher self, commune with God, angels, and all of these things, which is all good. But I crossed the line and said, okay, I'm ready to do it. It was calling me and I did it. But that fear of like, because I didn't want to give my mind to some kind of demon or devil for 8 hours or 4 hours and not have any control.
That's a lot.
It. And it's
a lot.
It is, ain't it? And
yeah, it sucks when it happens. It's bad.
Yeah, I've heard, because I've heard those stories. I've had friends fighting with spiritual anacondas wrapping themselves around their bodies and they can't breathe, and every breath they take, the thing's getting tighter and tighter breath out, and like fighting with this demon. I'm like, you know what? I'll stick to meditation, man. You know what I'm saying? But for me to kind of go over that and say, you know what? I'm not afraid of that. I'm going to trust God. God put this here for us. This is like, I'm going to trust him. If something bad happens, I trust him to get me out of it.
It's totally putting your faith into it.
I'm not
like everything else.
It's not any chemicals. Like, I'm not making something. It's not pharmakia. I'm not creating this potion and then going to do it. This elixir that was made bad. Like, it's totally God.
Yeah, this is right here.
He put it here for us. You know what I'm saying?
Like, it's a gift. Yeah. Like, I've come to learn that it is the most powerful, mushrooms in particular, are the most powerful medicine that we have as a culture, as a society. And it's, have you ever thought maybe like a dried mushroom head is like the pagan body of Christ? Does that ever, like the bread of Christ, the wafer, like, you ever thought about that?
With the work of John Allegro, with the sacred mushroom and the cross, like, I've looked up that stuff. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him, but that's
I've seen some stuff.
Well, they kind of say, and I don't know, Joe Rogan and a lot of those people, they try to debunk Christianity and say that they were all just having psychedelic encounters because they were eating mushrooms, because the manna, which comes out early in the morning before the dew, then whenever the sun hits it, it kind of leaves or whatever.
Dries up.
And that was the whole thing with the manna that the children of Israel was eating. They was going out picking this manna and eating it, and so I
believe that.
Yeah, they try to say that's what all the burning bush was, and these spiritual encounters were everybody tripping on DMT.
I don't think so personally.
I don't think so either, because
like you stated, right? There's you can have a psychedelic experience without psychedelics, meditation,
and like. The whole thing for me that kind of debunks that is that, like, in that story, in that narrative, everyone was eating the manna, but only Moses and Aaron were having the encounters, right? So that's totally not what would happen. Like, if everybody was partaking of the the psilocybin or whatever it was, then everyone would have the encounter, and that totally wasn't happening, man. That totally kind of, I'm saying.
No, you have very, very isolated pockets of what would seem to a person versed in psychedelics as definite psychedelic experiences.
Yeah.
But to say that they were brought on by mushrooms, I don't know.
Yeah.
You have them without mushrooms. I have them with mushrooms.
Yeah.
Potato. Everybody's having them.
Both. And I tried to liken it to the same because there's just like a beautiful spiritual encounter when you can just get alone by yourself with God, with your own thoughts, and press into his spirit and say, God, I'm here. I want to know you more deeper. The Holy Spirit comes in and you feel the spirit in your body connected with all creation.
You feel it, bro.
And you can do that without mushrooms or ayahuasca or whatever, but it is a different experience though, because I try to say, yep, it's the same levels of it's not. Like the mushrooms, it's something.
It's fucking different,
it's
bro.
Different.
It's
I tried to say it was the same.
You know,
a lot of people do,
Kundalini yoga, you could come with something similar, kind of.
Yeah.
Like if you were really breathing right, like or fire breath or something, you could, after extended periods of practice, come to the same exact state where things are fucking flowers everywhere, and you just smell it, right?
Yeah.
The fragrance of freedom is everywhere. But for the most part, it takes a lot of practice and a lot of yoga and a lot of breathing. And who has time for that? I mean, I'm a shortcut type of guy. You're a Capricorn, right?
Yeah.
So you're like step by step, methodical kind of.
Yeah.
You got shit like you're grounded as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm a Gemini. I'm a total psycho.
Yeah.
I need shortcuts because I have no patience.
Well, so
it really helped.
Yeah. So that was the whole thing, that this was this shortcut, and you have to do the work, and you have to do that. I do think that's a cop out though, just to say that it is a shortcut, and you know what, I can bypass the spiritual work, because if you do bypass the spiritual work, that could be where the bad trips come in. Oh, how'd you get here?
See, you never bypass anything.
How'd you get here?
You always get what you got coming.
You come here for what?
Yeah.
You come here to meet me? That was the whole thing for me. Like, I didn't bypass. I totally did the research, totally did the work. But when I went in deep on psilocybin, like, I was greeted by these beings. I didn't see them, but they were communing with me. And they said, oh, TruthSeekah's here. This is the one who calls himself TruthSeekah. This is the one talking about angelic visitation, traveling back and forth to heaven to earth, and stargazing and chilling with ethereal spirits. This is you? Okay, we want to make sure we got the right one. You're just taking all this sacred stuff and you're throwing it out there to the people. We got some stuff to show you. Do you really want to do this? Do you really want to continue doing what you're doing? So it was like something really sacred. It was a check. They wasn't mad, but it's okay. Want to make sure we got the right guy. You're the one who seems like an expert, right? We got some shit to show you. And took me, dude. And I was like, well, I mean, we were crying. It was beautiful, though.
It's nice.
It was scary at first
liberating.
Because I had done a small dose a few months before. And it was just some little body high, and you felt really philosophical, really connected on a small dose. So I thought the same thing was going to happen. I'm doing interviews like an expert on a small dose of psilocybin. Oh, yes, this is what happens. You know what I'm saying? And talking about my encounter, encouraging people to do it if it calls them. And then I'm confronted. Oh, you're the one doing interviews about psilocybin, right? Okay. We got some shit to show you. I'm going to make sure this is you.
Yeah.
And we went on that roller coaster, dude. What was crazy, though, with me and my friends who went on this retreat together, we did our own retreat, it was all timed. Like, we were all strapped in together. We would go in deep and be taken to these angelic places, and we'd come back together, look at each other, and mine was blown. What the fuck is happening, dude? What the fuck? And it wasn't scary.
You can see how connected you are, right, to everybody else. Like, you all go at the same time, energetically.
And it was coming again. We could feel it all coming at the same time. It comes in waves, and we can feel going up pretty much like a roller coaster.
Like a roller coaster.
Click, 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 click. And we're like, hold on, guys. Hold on.
Whee!
And we just,
yeah.
in like 3-4 minutes come. Dude, what is going on? Like, but it was so beautiful, man. The things that we seen and the energy, and to know that connected with the earth and these angelic beings who were just letting us know, like, hey, you guys are, you're afraid of death? I'm going to show you where you go when you die. This is where you go. Wow.
Yes, stop being afraid.
Oh my God, energy. We don't exist. Dude, so if you're not ready, it could scare the hell out of you. Definitely. And it scared me at first because I was used to the little easy trip, right? Just going in and, hey, this feels good. to like something is pulling my consciousness out of my body. What do I do? And
yeah, strange, right?
I was trying to fight it. I was shaking off.
Can't.
No, I was trying to throw up. I'm getting paranoid. Like, damn, did I take too much? What's going on? And my buddy looked at me and said, dude, just let it go, man. Let it take you. And it hit me. Okay, this is what's supposed to happen. Because it was like some type of ayahuasca. I didn't think it was going to be that powerful just on psilocybin mushrooms. Like, we did a hero dose.
Oh, yeah. It's kind of like, we call them the daughter of ayahuasca. Ayahuasca is the grandmother. Mescaline is the grandfather. It's kind of like ayahuasca's southwestern indigenous counterpart. It's a cactus, mescaline. And then, yeah, mushrooms, people don't give them enough credit. Yeah. Mushrooms they'll level you out. Yeah. They'll show you who you are, that's for sure.
Yeah, man. And I think I don't recommend, this is me, I don't recommend doing them as a party drug. Everybody just getting around, getting messed up, drinking. Hey, you want some mushrooms? Sure, dude. Like, I don't recommend that at all. No. I think you should do the work, do the research, and kind of prepare yourself to see what God, what the universe has to show you for your life, like where you want to go, your goals, your dreams. You bring that with you, you submit it before God, submit it before the angels, before the watchers, and to go in with that intention. And I think you'll get out of it what you bring to it, you know. I think it's
absolutely
a very sacred experience. Even though it's fun and it's trippy, it's very sacred, very sacred.
They showed me that nature is like if you choose to see it as such, is a manifestation of divine intelligence, and it grows these uniquities, things that you never find in society. We're carbon copy. We buy somebody else's brand. We do somebody else's work. We go to somebody else's school, learn somebody else's thoughts. And mushrooms and nature showed me that if I wanted to gain wisdom and not information, I had to look to nature, because nature will show you what to do with the information that God will give you in your consciousness.
Yeah, no doubt.
Nature can show you how to make it a reality, because she makes everything a reality. It's like, I consider nature God's wife.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Or the earth.
It's pretty cool to me. I mean, she's dope.
Mother Gaia, that's what we came out of. Like, even with the Christian narrative, I think it's plausible to say that the earth is the mother. That's where we came out. He put his semen or seed into the earth, and we came out of our mother, right? I mean, that's cool. That's a cool narrative. It's not like
the Bible says that they breathed. You know, we were clay, and poof, now we're humans. I mean, they took something from the earth and created me with it.
Yep.
I'm like, that's fucking dope.
Yeah, these bodies,
that's great.
These bodies and everything we have, man, came from the earth. So yeah, we do have a lot of people watching in the chat room, man. So shout out to everybody.
That's fantastic.
Shout out to everybody holding it down, man. Shout out to you and the work you're doing on Instagram, dude. I can't. You got a huge following on there, man. Because you gave me a shout out one day. And I just started getting all these followers, like getting all these.
Bro, they're loyal as shit, dude. They're those are like Instagram assassins, bro. They are so loyal.
Connected.
I block over 150 accounts a day.
Yeah. Just
accounts that I see the numbers in their profiles. I know everything is numerology. The universe gives me messages every single time with every single profile. I block, and I get about 400 followers a day on a good day. And I block about 200 of them just right off the bat. The ones that I found out God has left me with are the warriors, man. The people that are really going to make the calls, sign the petitions. They're gonna show up at Congress, show up at the White House. They're gonna say enough is enough. They're gonna show up in North Dakota. Watch my followers show up at Standing Rock. You motherfuckers oil for fucking money. This is ridiculous. Water's fucking life, bro. What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Woo!
It's crazy, man. And,
I hate it.
I mean, you have a voice through that medium, man. You know what I'm saying? And so I appreciate you shouting me out, man. Like sometimes I struggle. I go through depression. I try to figure out ways that, you know, I can maybe try to do this full time. How can we bring an income off of this? Because I'm a truck driver full time. Like a lot of people don't know that. I have a family and stuff like that. So I don't do music full time. And some people are let down. They're like, you know, my favorite musician is a truck driver. It's like,
bro, but your shit is real, fire. Man. What the fuck is wrong with society? Yo, I hate this. Lil Wayne is making money right now. Think about that, bro. It's fucking nuts.
That, right? Yeah.
Oh,
think about.
I want to smash my head through a window thinking about that.
Yeah.
Did you hear his comments on Black Lives Matter? Did you hear what he said?
I did.
Bro,
you have to use
white.
The context.
I'm offended. Offended,
you have to use the context of where he's coming from, as far as like what T.I. and some of those other guys said. The fact that He's been rich since he was 12, 13 years old.
I fucking love T.I. I used to be a private shopper at Bloomingdale's, and I worked for Tiny, his wife. And
oh, dude,
man,
I had the biggest crush on Tiny when I was like 10 years old, man.
She's got a big butt.
From Escape, man. She was in the group Escape, man. I love that, dude. I've got a special place in my heart for early 90s hip-hop and R&B.
Me too, bro. What the fuck happened? That's why I was so happy when I found you. I was like, this I can identify with. He's talking about Jesus, but he's not fucking lost in the shit, right? Like, you're not thumping it over people's head. You make references that an intelligent person could follow. Yeah. So people are like, what do I need to do to wake up? And I'm like, listen to this song, okay? Yeah. Listen to Chematica. Fuck me, bro. Was that not the best song? Dude.
That was like one of the first ones that I just went in. I was like, that was like my initiation into this type of music. 3 albums later, here we are. You know what I'm saying?
That was shit one blew my fucking mind. That beat is God, yeah. Your words, bro. It took me somewhere else. I was like, I don't want to come back here. There's aliens here, and it's nicer. Fuck,
man. It's like I said, just there. So I think I need to do more teachings on the music. Like, the music is one thing, but to really break down like the science and the spirituality and the spiritual practice about. That's why I do these podcasts, where we can talk about the stuff I'm talking about in my music. We're talking about plant medicines. We're talking about meditation. We're talking about spiritual ecstasy and encounters and ecstatic experiences. And so we try to come on these podcasts and just break them down a little bit, man, and teach people how to kind of go into those states and stuff, man, you know?
It's good. It's good that there's somebody to teach people. This is something that drives me crazy with society. Guys are so fucking gangster, but they're not balanced with their energy. There's so many like, oh, yo, right? Like, everybody can fucking pull a gun on somebody, but who can actually talk about Kundalini yoga and give somebody a real solution that isn't going to kill them? Yeah. Like, nobody does that. That's what's powerful about your shit, because you're exposing people that would otherwise be like bling, bling, tight, you know, like fucking throw rims on a toaster. And now they're exposed to this shit, and they're like, oh, fuck, I can be the god I was born to be. Yeah. I love that shit, bro. I like sneak attacking motherfuckers with stuff like that. It's a soundtrack for people's spiritual awakening, man. It really is. Definitely, bro.
It's taking people to new places. And it was when it first started out, I was like saving a lot of the comments, because like I would be on the roller coaster as well. What am I supposed to be doing with my life? Like, I'm really intimate and excited about my relationship with Jesus, but I'm talking about plant medicines. So like, trying to balance that, because I got the cold shoulder from all of my quote unquote brothers, right? So I didn't know how to balance that, man. That energy of being rejected, but being loved by another group of people, right? And so I would go back and forth. So I would save all of the positive comments. Man, your music is taking me to new levels. I get chills when I listen to your music. I feel the Holy
every fucking time, bro.
I feel the Holy Spirit when I listen to your music, and that's the biggest compliment ever. So I was saving these comments, but now I can't even save them anymore, because there's just so many of them.
Too many.
I would just be saving comments all day. It's insane, man. It really is.
It's nuts. It's nuts.
But I'm blessed for it. It's not, I don't think it's me. Like, sometimes I go to weird places or dark places and try to figure out where the hell I'm going with this journey. And I don't even feel like that's me sometimes. I look back at that person who made that stuff, and I'm like, how in the hell can I top that? Like, when I made Spiritual Alchemy, I was like, being removed from it for a couple months? Where did that come from? Like, this stuff, it is next level. I'm bragging on my stuff, but I'm giving credit to something else, man. Like, some of these lyrics come through. These lyrics come through dreams, man. They come through meditative states of just like, whether I'm driving or doing yard work, and these verses come to me, and I'm like, oh God, I gotta write it down. I gotta write it down. And I put it to a song or whatever, right? So to raise the bar with Spiritual Alchemy, and then raise the bar with 333, which I didn't think possible. And now, like, it's almost like a fear, like, damn, how am I gonna raise the bar and not repeat the same stuff? I don't want to say the same rhyming schemes. I don't want to say the same words. I don't want to use Kundalini as a punchline every time, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's a bit of a stress as well. So it's like, I got to give the new fans, I got to give the fans something. But you know what? I'm working on music. I just put out a new song. I don't know if you heard it, called Second Life. and
I didn't.
I
was unaware.
I know. I'm
always unaware.
Because you're on Instagram and I'm not as active. I need to get active on Instagram, man.
Bro, you know why I'm on Instagram? Facebook, before Facebook owned Instagram, Instagram was like the Wild West, bro.
Yeah.
It was, you could say what you wanted, right? I could sit there and talk about the Gaza genocide like it was actually wrong, and I wouldn't get my post removed.
Yeah.
But now that I do, and now that it's owned by Facebook, I'm getting my posts pulled left and right.
Posts and stuff now.
Bro, my page is so heavily censored, you would be amazed at what they've come up with as a defense mechanism for people. It's amazing. It's so intricate. There must be a whole entire military unit in our favorite occupied country on earth that is dedicated to my page and pages like me, because I can pull these people out of the weeds in a second. They have an app. They must have something that unfollows people from my page. They automatically unfollow me, and they replace me at the same time with a robot page. So my numbers are still increasing, but my followers, the loyal ones that I built over 2 years, are being pulled off the page. They're constantly having to refollow, and a lot of them, they go away for a week, and they don't realize that they unfollowed. Yeah, it's a mess. It's a mess.
Weird. I know they definitely have these different filters with YouTube and stuff. Whenever you upload something, like almost instantly, it goes through and can tell what you're saying. It's not even people doing it. It's a machine. They have a machine. Okay, he's talking about psychedelics. He's talking about this. He's talking about that. And if we mention too much crazy stuff, they'll pull it. Now they got this thing where they don't let you monetize controversial videos. Anything anti-Trump, anything anti-establishment, you can't even monetize it. There's people who are making livings off of their YouTube pages, and they just rolled this new thing out where they say, you know what, we don't want to put advertisements on a video that was anti 9/11 or talking bad about 9/11, so you can't monetize that video. And then
bro, are people fucking retarded thinking that 9/11 was like how do you even argue that three buildings fell and 2 planes hit how do you even justify that?
That should be the no-brainer, right? I mean, anybody...
This is an argument?
Yeah, it's stupid.
We need to unvaccinate this whole fucking population. That's the problem here.
The third
unvaccinate them all.
Nothing hit it. They pulled it. Yeah, it was a controlled demolition. It was set up. You know what? Possibly the plane that went down was probably supposed to hit that building.
I question whether or not that was actually Operation Bluebeam. I don't know if those planes... I don't know about the plane thing, bro.
I don't either. This is just
the weirdest thing was cool Donald, what was his name? Donald Rumsfeld said the day before, he said on 9/10 that $2.3 trillion was missing from the Pentagon's federal military budget. $2.3 trillion. Do you want to guess where the paperwork for that was housed? I can't even make this shit up, bro. He said it on 9/10. It was housed in Building 7, the one that just imploded and pancaked on itself.
Really? Yeah. Yeah, that was a controlled demolition, man. You can see easily from the videos that there's these explosions going off on each level. It brought the building down. Come on, man. We're not.
People can't argue this.
They try to. I don't know if they're just
it's the
in
craziest
this world
thing.
of it. It's crazy that people like Joe Rogan still argue that. Like
no
Joe
way
Rogan,
he doesn't.
Oh, dude, he tries to shut down all the 9/11 truthers. Like,
all right, Joe. Joe, listen.
Psychedelic
I've been trying to get on his fucking. I've been trying to get on his podcast. This would be a great debate. Give me a half hour with Joe Rogan. How do I get that? I will take him the fuck on with this. Joe, this is a call to you, bro. I'm calling you out.
Yeah.
Third Eye Opener on Instagram. Find me, mofo.
This is how you do it. You got to have all of the Instagram followers go through and make an account and let them all post at one time. Get Coy, the Third Eye Opener, on. He's so dope. Dude, and if enough people,
I was thinking about that.
If enough people do it,
they'll do it.
Yeah,
they'll do anything.
Do it. He's had some cool people on. He's had Dr.Steven Greer was on his show. Oddly
enough. No shit.
Yeah, but he was kind of poking fun a little bit here and there. And
what do you think about Steven Greer?
I got mixed emotions about him, but early on, I love his stuff. I love his CE5 encounters.
Yes, right.
And so that's
the way I learned how to talk to them.
Exactly.
It was through CE5.
Exactly. I love
that. That's crazy that you know about that. Heck yeah, he's a genius, right?
Dude, I've spent
super smart.
Like this stuff I'm talking about is like legit. Like, and that's what made
it's very legit.
That's what
it's
kind of
100%
upset me
real
about meeting some of your idols or people in the spiritual community or spiritual hip hop. You find out that they don't believe the shit that they're talking about.
Oh, I know.
And so
I see it in the spiritual community.
I'm talking to people about CE5s and, man, how long do you meditate? They're like, man, I don't have time for meditation. I don't meditate no more. I live in the hood, man. I'm trying to make money. I'm like, you're dropping all this music about meditation. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's a thing now. I know.
So like for me, when I talk about signaling ETs with the laser beams,
It's a real thing.
You could bet I went outside in the night sky and communicated with ETs with a laser beam. You know what I'm saying? That we went out and summoned them, and they appear, dude.
They appeared, yo, bro.
They contact.
It's like fucking clockwork,
patterns, man. It's crazy,
bro. It's a very real phenomenon that we're experiencing. and something I'd just like to mention is it's possible that through collective consciousness, we are creating our experience as we are moving into a higher ascended level of consciousness as a global entity, right?
Yeah.
We're moving into it's a reoccurrence of a binary solar system that's coming closer to us with a large central sun. That central sun is increasing our photons that are hitting our bodies. Our bodies are responding by unlocking information. So we are ascending in consciousness as the earth is, as is everything else on earth. Hence the Great Awakening or the return of the Christ, the consciousness of God. It's insane, but here we are now, and I feel it in my body. Look at all this fucking goosebumps, bro. It's nuts.
It's awesome, man. That's definitely the esoteric meaning about the return of Christ. It's not that he's coming from the heavens to take over. I mean, that's a cool narrative. I'm not against it if that's what you believe on a very external level. But it is, even like, he kind of gave you the symbols. He said that the Lord dwelleth not in temples made with hands, but you are the temple of the Holy Spirit, and the Spirit of God dwells within you, and he's coming back to reign in the temple. And he told you that you are the temple. So the return of Christ is Christ consciousness coming to reign in the hearts and lives of people. So they're like, man, I'm ready for Jesus to come back. I'm like, he's already here, man.
Bro, he's here. Where the fuck have y'all been?
and then he goes as far as to say, look, where 2 or 3 are gathered, there I am in the midst of you. When you guys come together, I feel I got the chill bumps now that you're talking about. Where 2 or 3 are gathered, there I am in the midst. Dude, he's here, man. He lives and dwells with us.
He never left. We thought, you have to be born into sin. Your body is forgetfulness of who you are, right? Your consciousness fights this battle between good and evil. Yeah. Because as the divine creator or a part of the divine creator, you have both parts of you. As of all creation, there's an equal and opposite part for everything that's created, as referenced in the Kabbalion. You are the good and you are the evil in this body of forgetfulness or sin. You're born into this body of sin. Yeah. You have to go through the darkness. The cracks open you up like a seed. It's where the light gets in and you start to grow. Then you blossom. This is us getting our fucking Saturn return, and we're kicking ass.
It's part of it, but like, without going through the darkness, man, without going through the dark night of the soul and dealing with all of the confusion and stuff, and being able to see the light, man, and being touched by Christ or finding spirituality, like, you don't have nothing to contrast. Okay, that's the darkness. This is the beautiful light. You know what I'm saying? So in the midst of that, this Satan figure or the darkness of my past was used to show me how beautiful the light is.
Oh yeah, you'd never know.
You wouldn't know.
You'd have no idea. It would be fucking meaningless.
Yeah.
We all came from a place of love and light.
Yeah.
It makes no sense for us to incarnate here to experience darkness. That's why we fucking came here, to learn and evolve.
Exactly.
We had to come here to do that. We couldn't do that where we came from.
Yeah.
We were all sitting around bored like, hey, you know what's a good idea, Truth? Let's go down to this war-torn 3D piece of shit planet. It's really pretty, but the people suck most places. Yeah. Let's go down, incarnate in times of war with full amnesia, and just see how it plays out. It's going to be great. You want to come?
You know what? In those heightened experiences, man, you get a glimpse of where you really are right now.
You're in the most beautiful place known.
Your higher self, like when you commune with that, it's weird, man. But it's like somebody, like you're looking down at yourself. Hang in there, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like you got this,
like
man.
A kid. You're like, I feel bad for you, but just do it. You can do it.
It's like, I mean, even the scripture says that we right now are seated in heavenly places with Christ. We are in high places. The mystics, Manly P. Hall and these guys will break it down and show you that the ancients believed that we correlate with the planets.
And the stars, all the bodies of the heavens are us.
Yeah, like the way that they move is what we go through, and that we are the embodiment of what's going on in the heavenlies, as above, so below, as within,
as above,
so without.
So below.
It's definitely going on there.
Facts.
It's definitely going on within our body, because we are the temple. The spinal column, the way the scriptures say that we are fearfully and wonderfully made, and like our whole body is a picture of the solar system. Our whole body, when it says that, talking about the temple, like that the Spirit of God, yeah, everything, dude, your rib cage bowing down to the heart, which is the throne of God. God lives in your heart. The 24 elders, dude, like all of this stuff is taking place within your body, dude. The seat of the soul, the third eye, man, your lungs, like everything is a representation of those scriptures, man. As within, so without. Like it's coded, man. It's coded within.
I wish the Bible was not so fucking like, dude, you realize people are reading it and bleeding that word by word, and people are dying because of it?
Yeah, man.
How fucking annoying is that?
I did an article.
It's annoying as shit, dude. I can't even.
There's people out there right now. There's people out there right now looking for Noah's Ark. They're going on excavations trying to find Noah's Ark.
Dude.
They're trying to find these temples, and they're trying to find the burial remains of these kings and stuff, and they think that that's what it's about. Like, that's like, if you find it, that's gonna give the legitimacy to this book. No, you know. But
no, that it won't even, dude, because you know what they did when they found all the giant remains in America?
Yeah.
You know what the Smithsonian did in 1891? Commissioned all of them to be fucking removed from the planet. They destroyed all the evidence. They do not want us knowing our past.
Yeah.
They actually fear us learning who we are.
Yeah, they do.
If we knew who we were, you think we'd really allow fucking war on this planet?
Exactly.
Like, I am this planet.
Yeah.
They're killing me and you and everybody else.
What gives legitimacy to that book is a life transformed by reading it, applying the principles, and knowing who you are in those stories. Like, those stories are not about King David. They're not about Solomon.
No, they're all about
you.
Yeah,
it tells your story, man. Your spiritual experience. Like, when you read about them fighting the other nations, those other nations in your life are different strongholds and stuff outside of you that will come at you to steal your peace, to steal your mind, to steal your joy. You have to actually go to war, like the Israelites went to war with these nations. If you do the breakdown and you look up the Hebrew terms of those nations and what
right,
like
they're parts of your ego.
Exactly. And the freaking Hebrew words will tell you what they represent.
Right.
It's so crazy, man.
People should read the Kabbalah. They should read the Kabbalion. They should even read the Torah. Mm-hmm. People should just be reading, and they should be, you, sir, are the one who exposed me to the term, what's it called when you take a broad, it was one of your CDs, I think it was Alan Watts talking, a broad range of information, and you show the syncretism, dog. Yeah. That was you taught me that, bro.
No doubt.
That's nuts. And now I taught like 50,000 people that.
That's what it's about. It's about
armies. Oh,
dude, it's about, I mean, why isn't it? Why are we all saying the same thing, but you guys are caught up on the terms? No, you didn't use the right wording, man. You didn't use the right terminology, man. You know what I'm saying? So we have to get past that. We have to quit acting like we own the phrases and the terms and the science behind it. We don't own none of it, man. It's just, with I guess the Tower of Babel, or what they say when everybody's speech was changed and stuff. We are looking at the same thing, but we call it something different, and then we get mad. We're talking about the same thing, whether it's, like you said, the Kundalini, the Holy Spirit, man, Qigong,
energy. Dude, there's a lot to be said about Qigong and the way that people are able to. Yeah, I saw this guy manifest his chi or his prana into fire on papers. Have you ever seen some shit like that?
Yeah. John.
Does that not blow your mind? What's that about?
It does.
I want to light shit on fire.
It does. And you know what? It does. And I've tried it. And I know a lot of people in the spiritual awakening, they see that video and they get hopeful that they can do it. I spent a lot of time on that stuff, and people are really big into it. There are videos exposing that guy. There are videos.
There always is.
Yeah. So that's the thing too. We can. They're like, you know what? I want to levitate. It's really. I have.
I
mixed
do
emotions,
think that's
man.
possible. Think about the Kabbalion, bro. Think about it. It states that you get the reality that you create. So I'm assuming if you practice breathing for a long enough period of time, like maybe Jesus in a fucking cave or some shit like that, I think it would work.
Well, they seen the early priests and popes and stuff. These dudes, there's paintings of these guys levitating. There's accounts of these guys levitating through town, like flying through town. There was a movie.
I believe that.
Yeah, dude, there was a movie called The Flying Nun, and it was about this lady who they couldn't keep to the earth. Like, she was always flying and levitating. They put her in a chair, tied her to a chair. The chair starts flying. They had to like hammer the chair to the floor.
Yeah, I've seen stuff like that.
These stories and these accounts, man, of people doing it. But I will say that stuff's cool. I spent a lot of time doing that.
Hey, babe.
I don't think that's the end result. You know what I'm saying? I think there's a lot more spiritual disciplines that you can get into that will affect your life more than trying to levitate, to like help people, or just going into dreams and trances and researching that stuff as well, man. So
I agree with you.
Yeah, because I spent hours trying to turn the little wheels and, like, you know what I'm saying, metal, and trying to bend it and pull. And
it is your mind that bends the spoon. If the spoon ever bends, it's your mind that does it.
Yeah. It is your reality,
I don't know,
man. So that's what you were talking about, like us actually creating our own reality. We definitely create it on a small level of like what we think is true, what we think is real. Like whatever we've been taught, whatever we experience, man, we create that. Whether it's through indoctrination of we think like our religion is right and only right, like to us in our psyche, like we're 100% right. Like radical extremist Muslims who are killing Christians and want to kill other people, like in their mind, they think it's right, man. Like they think that is the truth, man, because that's what they've been taught.
But do you think that it's because, see, that's the problem I'm having. It's not that people believe things. I think that people could even believe killing was right. In some way, it could be justified to them, always.
Yeah.
It's all subjective, but what's wrong is that we have indoctrination systems in place, like organized religion, that take true spirituality, which is simply loving everything that there is, and being at peace within yourself and knowing yourself. Yeah. It's the only real like law that there is. It's like don't harm a fucking thing. But it's been corrupted by people that have a lot of money to make off this shit. And they keep us enslaved by capturing our minds, which is the real problem, because Christ consciousness is constantly evolving. Like he lives within you. He wants a vessel to express himself. Yeah. If people are telling you who to be, Christ consciousness has no one to act through. You're no longer a vessel for God. You're a vessel for ideologies that are placed on you by a system. And that becomes incredibly dangerous.
It's like your shirt, man. Love is my religion.
Like that?
Yeah.
It's like, duh. Like it's pretty much what Jesus said. Yeah. Just be a fucking good person.
Yeah. Don't be an asshole.
Don't be an asshole.
That's all he said, man. If you could
like, what would he do? He would not pay taxes. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Jesus would not pay fucking tax. You realize he'd be considered a terrorist?
Oh yeah, definitely.
My favorite part of the Bible is when he walked into the temples and overturned the tables of the people who were selling doves.
Oh yeah. This is something that's something that you had to bring to the table. That's kind of like the shortcut thing. We're talking about the shortcut, and so these people were taking shortcuts. Like, you know what, man? I didn't bring a goat. I didn't bring a calf or whatever the case is. So I'm just gonna buy one, present it, and go about my way. He's like, no, I don't want your lip service. I want your heart, man. You have to like really bring yourself. You have to bring your heart to the table, man. All that stuff is symbolic, like I said, about our lives and about
us.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like the Israelites bowing down to the golden calf.
It drives me crazy.
We have golden calves in our lives that we bow down to on a daily basis, and we have to overcome. We have to smash the idols. We have to destroy that stuff. So we have to be spiritually aware to be able to see it. Like, man, I'm overly infatuated with this
money
or shopping. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have this idol in my life that I have to deal with, and if I want to go to the next level spiritually, I have to deal with it. And that's when it
Brother, have you ever thought of a possession, like the term possession? Like I own something, right? That's my possession.
Yeah.
But what does that share in common with the demonic world, right? Something that possesses you or possesses your spirit.
Exactly.
I think that's why we talk a lot about not worshiping things that are like man-made ideologies and golden calves and all this bullshit. Like you worship yourself by loving all of life, because all of that life is a representation of you.
Yeah.
You're just broadcasting it to this reality so you can experience how to become whole again.
Yeah.
And then we have these systems in place that trick us into killing each other in the name of God.
Yeah.
It doesn't even make sense.
Like all of the connection in all of the warfare and the thoughts, it's all in your mind. Like your over infatuation with tattoos, with the way people view you, whatever it is, people are different, man. Like we let these strongholds, is what the Bible calls it, thought forms and imaginations that exalt themselves above the knowledge of God, above Christ. We let them come in and rule our heart, and we continually think about them all day. We give them energy, we create them, and they possess us. We are possessed by an outside influence of something that we think matters. Not saying that anything's bad, like the tattoos and the shopping, and none of that stuff is bad, but when it possesses us and it has our thoughts, and the majority of the day, that's sin, dude. That's an addiction.
That's forgetfulness of who you are. Yeah, exactly. Sin. Forgetfulness of who you are. Because in your real self, you're not going to go out and spend your time, which equals the money you spend on the fucking Nikes you buy. Yeah. If you knew who you were and how important you were, you wouldn't have that.
A whole day to work for it, to buy that, and then you've been thinking about it.
Bro, it's ridiculous.
It's
your
crazy.
Ego that wants it, right? Like I don't wear shoes. That's something cool about me, bro. You of course are earthing, right? A lot, I'm sure, when it's warm. Yeah, I can't do shoes anymore, bro. I'd rather die. So I haven't worn shoes in about a year and a half. And I live in the jungle, so it's nice not wearing shoes. There's no human-made shit to hurt you. But I couldn't imagine having pairs of shoes that cost $150. It doesn't even make sense.
No, that's crazy, man. Hey, dude, talk a little bit about your girl, man, because I know you guys seem really happy together. I see pictures.
Oh, Maya, come up here.
I see pictures. I see videos.
She's great.
Yeah, man, you guys seem really happy
she's
together.
Dope. So she's Brazilian. I lucked out. I don't know. She's really, really smart. She's really smart. She has a background in healing arts. She works with energy. She is a yoga teacher. We met it's fucking nuts, dude. It was mushroom season in South America. So I ate a bunch of mushrooms and I ended up in New York. Someone got me a plane ticket. I ended up in New York to say hi to some friends and family and whatnot. And I just got a ticket to LA to go see my friend Brandy. And then Maya just was living with Brandy. And so I was staying in Beverly Hills, which I'm super out of place despite my fucking surfer boy haircut. That is not the place for me. We were like right in front of like Larry Flint Productions was what our Broadway, it was like our overlook was Larry Flint. I got to think about porn studios the whole time I was there. It was great. Yeah. So this is Maya, my lovable little, that's Truth.
Hi.
Hello.
So yeah, here, you can kind of hear. So we met in LA and Maya was kind of like, yeah, fuck society. Fuck all of this working to pay bills. She had so many things. Like she had two cars when I met her. Like it was just silly. Like one of the cars got repoed and we were just out of money. And I was like, shit, we need to go back to South America. So both of us just got in the car and drove down here. Through Mexico, through Guatemala, through Honduras, through Costa Rica, through Panama. We just kept going.
Just went down and relocated, man.
We did it, dude. Because I was already living down here and I liked it. She's from Brazil. So she speaks a little bit of Spanish, but it's pretty good. And I speak Spanish, so it worked out well. And eventually we're going to end up in Brazil. We're trying to build sustainable communities so that we can help people reconnect to nature. Because to me, it's like I said, this is a manifestation of divine intelligence. I see the earth being harmed, and I think a lot of us feel a sense of obligation to respond. Mm-hmm. And if you want to respond with love, you look at a tree. What does a tree do? It gives people food, gives them a home, houses nature, like it gives birds a place to have their young. I feel responsibility for what's going on the planet. I think that the reason that the earth is in shambles is because we've allowed as a race too long people to perpetuate wars and famine for money and profits. And I think that the only way to respond to that is on the opposite end of the totem pole, which is give people knowledge, give them a place to live, give them a home, give them a new way of life, give them a fucking option, because nobody has an option anymore. Nobody knows what to do. They're like, I have family, I have kids. They're forcing me to vaccinate them. Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? This is like, these are children, bro. Yeah. What are we doing?
Are you familiar with the Venus Project?
I am. Yeah, I like them. I like them a lot. Yeah. Yeah, they're nice. Sorry, Maya. Yeah, so this is Maya. We just want to introduce them.
Awesome.
Yeah, there you go.
I was watching you guys.
You can find her on. Oh, are you? Yeah. She's watching us on Skype.
Awesome.
And I posted you again.
You guys can you can follow my Yoga on Instagram, and she's got a lot of solutions. Mayara Healing Arts, Mayara Healing Arts, one word, on Instagram.
Awesome. Everybody go follow them, definitely. If anybody has any questions, I know you guys are chatting in the chat room, but if anybody has any questions for Quayle or myself, let us know, man. We'll try to answer some of your questions and ask him anything.
Oh, yeah, I'm open.
Yeah, there's a whole, everybody's in here talking.
How many people are tuned in?
It's showing me 31 that's good. Actually watching in the stream, but it's always like way more than that. As soon as I get off, like the number like goes crazy. You know what I'm saying? But like right now it's showing that there's 31 here in the chat. So that there's that. We got a lot of people. A lot of trolls out there. You got a lot of people trolling.
Bro, there's so many trolls. They get paid for this.
Yeah, there's that.
They make money.
A lot of them get a kick out of it. I got people that like as soon as you post something, they're gonna troll it, and they're gonna be funny, and you can laugh with them, but there is a point that it's like, okay, dude, that's okay, it's time to stop. You know,
there are definitely some dicks. There's a whole campaign against the truth movement right now, discrediting like the flat Earth bullshit and all of this craziness. That's nuts.
Yep. So, with the whole CE5, man, like what is your experiences with that? Like, have you went out and meditated and they show up and they send telepathic communication, man? Like what was your experiences with that?
Yo, do you remember the Lionsgate portal of like 88? Was it? Yeah. What was it? 888 something? Okay, so I had this experience. We were at a chanting circle in Central Park. I was doing these. I was working. My friends had these events that they held, and I was going to them. They were conscious networking events, like Meeting of the Minds and Stand Up 9/11. Ryan does some, and Vegan Takeover, and all my Instagram fam. So we went to one of these meetings, and my boy Kyle, who's Future World Healing on Instagram, he like just pulled us off to the side. Me and this girl I started dating named Corinne, and we went aside and started meditating, and there were these people chanting over by the obelisk in Central Park behind the museum. And they were all chanting and singing in light language. And this hole in the sky opened up. And there were just a whole bunch of people that were right there. But I don't know, I don't know if they saw it or not, but this hole opened up. And there was a spaceship over us, a big triangle spaceship. And it was insane. I mean, the clouds just parted. And there was a fucking triangular spaceship over us. Yeah. Could have possibly been a pyramid shape. We couldn't see above it. It was massive.
There's some videos of those things appearing, man.
It was insane.
Yeah, they look like pyramids. Yeah. There's videos of those things.
Fucking bananas. I don't even know.
It's weird because like they communicate telepathically. Like
that's how we heard them.
Yeah.
They started talking to us.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's the thing. They'll like send messages, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. No, we had full conversations with them. Kyle was just chatting away in his head. Yeah. Me and Rin could hear what Kyle was saying. Kyle was talking to them.
Yeah.
It was pretty intense.
Yeah, it is, man. It's awesome. It's beautiful. That happened to me when I started seeing them and them appearing. I tried to talk. I didn't have nobody to talk to, man. I was calling James Gilliland and like trying to call his ranch, and I got in touch with his secretary Nate, who like would talk to me, and I'm just finding other people on Facebook who are like going out with night vision goggles and making contact and seeing them appear and stuff, and I'm like, I have to talk to somebody about this stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? I can't talk to these people down here. They think I'm crazy, but I've had a handful of people go out with me and have these encounters as well. But yeah, you always need somebody to talk to, and that's kind of like why we're doing this interview, right? So that people like, look, you having these experiences, you can kind of hear what we did, what helped us, you know. With that being said, we do have a question. I'm gonna go to this question. I think it's from somebody named Rayhan. I think that's how you pronounce the name. But it says, question: for someone who just started on the path of spirituality, where do you recommend I start? I'll let you answer that first. Where would you say people start?
Okay. Becoming is ignorance. Being is enlightenment. In order to become what we already are, we have to unlearn what we believe we've learned. because listening to other people's ideas about what is not the way that we see divine intelligence acting. You don't see a tree say, I can't grow here. This other tree says I can't grow here. You see two trees and the biggest one just makes it. It grows on its own. It doesn't care about the opinion of the tree next to it.
Yeah.
Do tree stuff in life. Just be and just grow your own way. Don't listen to anything that anybody says about anything. Harm nothing and just be. Because becoming, everybody says they want to become more aware. Or, what the fuck do you want to become more aware for? You're already aware. You're everything that you think. Like, it's all you. You don't need to become that.
Yeah.
That's a big mistake we make, especially in organized religion, is they tell you that you're not worthy. Yeah. And believing that, it can prevent you from growing into what you should be or could be or already are underneath your belief system and thoughts.
Yeah. What about any resources, man? What are some documentaries or books that helped you? I know you mentioned the Kybalion.
Yeah, I really like the Kybalion. I just think it's great to have a list of rules for this planet I somehow agreed to incarnate on. So it's like the Kybalion's great. There's a free PDF available for anybody that's listening that wants to check it out. It's just Google Kybalion PDF, and it'll give you a free one. You can download it to iBooks or any other browser you have will download it to your phone. I liked DNA of the Gods because I think that it's super important for people to realize that there is other entities in existence and there are forces that we are not taught of. And I think it's important that people break out of the typical ideologies. Terrence McKenna, like you mentioned, he's great. Yeah, he cracks me up.
Yeah, he does. McKenna's so dope because he believes that the plant medicine and the mushrooms are here for us to connect with these angelic entities. You know what I'm saying?
I kind of agree.
I do too, man. Because when you do
it's pretty crazy.
You're in touch with. It's like a walkie-talkie, man. It's like.
It's like a walkie-talkie.
This is what they chose, man, for us to communicate.
You want to hear something crazy?
On a deep level. Oh yeah.
Mushroom spores are the only things in existence that I am aware of that are designed to survive the vacuum of space.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
They're spores. Now, say you wanted to infect a house with the spore. How would you do it? You would take an injector and you would inject them into the house. If you wanted to inject a cell with the spore, you would do the same. You take an injector and inject the cell. You want to inject an earth with something that's going to expand consciousness. What are you going to do? You're going to inject it into the earth from space, from the outside. It's almost like the same people that may have had something to do with our creation are helping us expand our consciousness, maybe to stop wars, right? Because I'm sure they're all sick of it too. The Watcher's like, what the fuck is this, guys? We gave you hemp and you're fighting over oil. It's bananas.
Yeah, I agree, man. So I guess we got a couple more questions here. Someone wants to know, how do you overcome or get rid of addictions?
Addictions are rough. Okay, so
addictions. I guess it's a segue for you. Kind of, you kind of sent me a message about how you overcame your addictions to.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about that, I don't know if you want to.
Yeah. Okay. So I was recently involved in writing a story for a book that my friend is writing or had just finished writing. The name of the book is The Psychedelic Anthology, and it's a compilation of people's experiences with entheogens and hallucinogens, psychedelics, to kind of just give people a full spectrum informational experience that they can then take and apply to their own lives with a little bit of research, because I do think that people should have knowledge of what they're doing to their bodies prior to doing it. So I wrote this story for that book, which you can find on www.thepsychedelicanthology.com. And the story was about how I kicked heroin addiction with LSD. So I was addicted to every drug known to man, pretty much. Meth, crack, coke, heroin, pills, benzos. I was so fucked up. And then Big Pharma, of course, in school had me all sorts of fucked up on pills too, Ritalin and all that.
Yeah.
It's such a mess, dude. Like, if a flower won't grow, you don't change the flower, you change the flower's environment.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's another story. So I was predisposed to addiction from a young age, just going through the public school system. And so I had become heavily dependent on on heroin when I went to Colorado for the first time. And when I got back to New York, my parents kind of rescued me from Denver because I was a fucking mess. And I had this experience with LSD. I took a very large dose, 6 hits of some very, very clean, I think it was called White Fluff. It had little Looney Tunes characters on the tabs. And I just had a fantastic experience where I was totally shown what I was really made of. It was fucking incredible. I went through the roof. I was looking at myself through infinite eyes in a room made of lenses that I could see all of existence and feel all of existence and experience all of existence in one single moment. And I was reminded of who I was. And not so long before that, I had slit both my wrists. I have 3 scars on this arm and 3 scars on this arm, pretty deep scars. I didn't think that I was really going to be able to make it here because Earth is a war zone, emotionally, physically. This is like a harsh climate for people to experience. And LSD showed me that this was just an experience that I was having and that there were ways around it. A lot of our desire to do drugs stems from, number one, it stems from diet. Our diets are so fucked up. We get so depressed when we eat shit that's been tortured. Yeah. Like, I'm not even a vegan. I'm just not a fucking asshole. Like, these cows are like tortured, bro. And then that shit goes into your fucking system. You energetically pick up what they're eating. You feel depressed. And then we're taught as a society that there's a way out. The way out is pharmaceuticals or drugs, street drugs. So I struggle with cigarette addiction. That's my personal vice right now. It's really hard for me. So changing environment is super important if you want to kick an addiction. So one time when I kicked heroin addiction, I took a sheet of acid. I don't recommend this. This is totally fucked. Please don't do this. I took a sheet of acid over like 3 days and I went into the wilderness of the Rockies just for like a couple days and kind of decompressed. And it showed me like, okay, nature is more important to me, but I almost died doing it because it's too much acid. The second time was really peaceful. Yeah, it's stupid. I didn't care. I took too much. But when you come back from that place, it's like, you know what? All right, this isn't that bad. You're shown what you're facing. Like, a lot of that addiction stems from not wanting to face your problems and feeling incapable of overcoming things that you're faced with. I think that people's lives would be a lot easier if they stopped carrying the mountains that they were just supposed to climb.
Yeah. Leo would like to know your opinion. We touched on the Venus Project. He wants to know your opinion of Jacques Fresco's solution for sustainable energy and his whole thing with the Venus Project. Like, I guess go into a little bit more detail with that.
All right, so
I think
sustainable energy.
I think it's beautiful what he's doing, man. Trying to do.
I think it's great that they're bringing people together. I think they have a really good socioeconomic system in place to counteract a collapse of our currency, which is great. Yeah. I think the term sustainable with energy gets thrown around so frequently, and it's total crap because it's not like to think that solar panels are sustainable. It's bullshit. They're not. The carbon footprint that we outsource to China for a solar panel is not sustainable at all. It's creating more of a problem. We're compounding it every day along with these chemtrails that we're constantly being bombarded with. It's creating a hotter climate. We're not going to survive it. So solar panels, the way we're making them, are not sustainable. They're not green. They're bad. Wind energy is super sustainable. Wind energy is a great way to go. So when I see that, I'm happy. I don't know what the Venus Project's proposed energy plan is, but I know that there's an energetic field around the Earth that we can measure. We can also harness this energy as we were shown within the pyramids. I think that we currently as a culture have definitely the engineering know-how to harness the Earth's energy. The question is, will the powers that be allow that type of change to be made? Because every time we find this energy or we come up with a reliable, like magnetic energy, right? You can take two opposing magnets and force them apart and it creates an energy, right? Because they're constantly propelling each other apart. There's a force. You can use anti-magnetics and you can create energy machines, but they're always made illegal. The people that build them are always killed. Yeah. Every time they try to release the information to the public, the people just show up with a gunshot. It's called suicide. Yeah. I mean, it's difficult because the energy technology exists. It's a question of, are we ready to adopt it as a culture?
Yeah, it's definitely there, and they know it's there, man. Like, there's people.
I mean, it's there.
There's too many people who are profiting on it, though. Like, there's just, billions and billions and billions of dollars go into the oil companies and gasoline. Dude, just gasoline alone. Gasoline
It's amazing.
alone.
You know that you could run a car on water?
Water, yeah. Yeah, they did.
I mean,
dude, they
it's common knowledge. Hydrogen.
I've seen several people do it. They had a guy on the local news here. He was on the local news, and he had a motorbike running off of water.
Like it's nothing.
He showed you how to build it and stuff. And like, I need to look up where he's at now though, because
right.
He was on the news.
Find his bike with a gunshot wound in the fucking radio.
Oh no, they tried to
in the river.
They tried to make it seem like you kill yourself.
He was a crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, in all fairness, hydrogen does explode.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is combustible. It is something that people need to be aware of, and it's not that if you're making it yourself, obviously. But you mean to tell me that we don't have the technology to just harness that and make it completely safe and consumer friendly?
Yeah.
Of course we do. You talked in your music a lot about the New World Order, right? Like, I mean, we're all aware that there's a secret society that's controlling the earth through corporations.
Yeah, definitely.
The one thing that I found in my research that would really fuck up their agenda is resource domination of a sustainable energy source. I mean, that would fuck everything up. I mean, it would really, there would be
it down at every mention, like you're saying, like every mention or every time they find out that you're doing something to get off the grid, like they're arresting people for this stuff.
Right, for collecting rainwater or feeding homeless people.
Yeah, come on,
bro.
It's crazy.
It's crazy because we're supposed to be a Christian nation, by the way. And Jesus said, "Feed the poor." Yeah. You know, love the unworthy, like do all this good shit for everybody, but then the police arrest you if you do it.
Yeah, man.
Counterproductive culture, you know?
It's weird, man. They're making psychedelics illegal. They just made, what is it?
Kratom.
Kratom illegal, right?
Fucked up, dude. Fucked up. Kratom is an excellent, excellent way to detox from heroin. Kratom is fucking amazing. I did not try it while I was addicted to heroin, but I'm constantly sampling drugs of all varieties. I don't really do the hard ones anymore, but I'm always eating something. And I did Kratom while I was in LA. For the first real time, like got a nice good dose of it. And it was fucking blissful, bro.
Yeah.
And it couldn't cause any harm.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't see it having a health risk potential. It just seems like something that could really help people.
Yeah. And, that's
what they're saying is,
that's crazy.
Right. Because Big Pharma just made Oxycontins for 5-year-olds legal.
Mm.
Oxycontin, bro. You mean that legal heroin shit that you can fucking snort, smoke, shoot?
And that's how you come off of all of that. Like people are using Kratom to come off of all of that stuff.
Big time, bro. Big time. Big fucking time. See, the problem with making nature illegal is like you can't be free while something can't grow in your backyard.
Exactly.
That's a big problem.
It shows you something. I mean, something that has beautiful properties to help you. But they like, no, don't do Kratom, do this pill or come to
Opiate.
this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Come to the methadone clinic. Like we have something for you to buy from us.
It's a shame.
You know what I'm saying? Growing it yourself or whatever, man. So,
have you ever been addicted to anything?
This is
tattoos, maybe.
No, well, I've been addicted to and had these weird wrestles with God over different things like that. But someone was talking about smoking weed. I was addicted to smoking weed. Right.
Oh, me too. I am right now.
It was something as a teenager where I hated myself. I hated my situation. Marijuana and weed took me to another place. It created a new reality for me where nothing else mattered. My shitty life didn't, you know what I'm saying, not having a dad, my mom not giving a shit about me. You know.
Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in New Orleans, Louisiana. So.
Holy shit! Oh my God.
Right on the.
That's like gangster as fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Gangster as fuck. New Orleans is one fucking Wild West.
It is, dude. It's
crazy.
An experience if you go down there to Bourbon Street.
Fucking lawless.
I mean, I was addicted to smoking weed, and I got really sick from smoking weed. Like that stuff, like it started messing with my body. Like they say you can burn out neurotransmitters and stuff. It's like
I believe that.
Man, I got really sick from it, man. I would get pale and stuff. So like I couldn't quit smoking weed. So I had to. Like God made me quit, and this is 15 years ago, whatever. God made me because it was doing something to my body. I would go in these weird states of paranoia, man, just by smoking weed. And tried to do it again here recently, and like I said, it's been like 15 years, so I smoked it once or twice at a party or with some friends at a festival or something, and it was okay. But tried to do it a few months ago or whatever, and just got that weird paranoia again. And not wanting people to find out what I was doing, like you know, just worried. And And I kind of remembered why I started smoking it in the beginning was as an escape. And I'm telling myself, I'm like, I don't want to escape anymore. Like, I want to embrace my reality. I want to embrace my family and change the things I don't want to. And that's why I did it as an escape. And that's when it becomes an addiction. People don't like their situation. They need that crutch. And so I don't have anything against it, but there's definitely the negative side effects of it, like taking over people's lives. I've got friends addicted to it. I got friends who want to stop but can't. That's when you know you're addicted. And they say, well, you can't get addicted to weed. When you want to stop
sure you
and you can't. You're
addicted, I say, of course you can.
Yeah.
It's just a psychological addiction as opposed to a physical addiction. But addiction is addiction. It doesn't matter what it stems from. It always stems from
pornography,
forgetfulness.
Pornography addiction, man.
Oh, porn is so bad, dude. I'm guilty. I'm fucking guilty right here.
Yeah.
I've been the porn route.
Yeah. Been all those routes.
Food is interesting too. Food is a real weird one. People think food is like food-like substances these days, but food is like. Maya and I are writing a book right now on nature's num-nums. It's our food book.
Yeah.
Like what we're putting into our bodies. I found on my journey that a lot of what's going on with people is diet related.
Yeah.
People are so depressed and
everything's diet related. Everything
crazy.
Everything comes from your gut. Even when you get sick, they give you what? Something to put in your body. You have to ingest something, whether it's a pill or even on the good route. If we're going plant medicine, if we're going the natural route, if we're going oils, you know what I'm saying, dealing with oils and stuff, like you have to inhale something, ingest something within your body. So your gut, man, like whatever you're putting in your body, man, it changes the way you operate. It changes how fast your brain fires. If you're sluggish at work and stuff and not having energy, it's because we don't have the right vitamins and nutrients in our bodies. We're slamming cheeseburgers and pizza and Coke and stuff like that. That stuff, man, does nothing for your body, man. Like nothing on a positive. There's no energy in that, man. Just grease and cheese.
Yeah, think about that, bro. Like I think of food now as sunlight, and I think of sunlight as information or photons.
Exactly.
When I put something in my body, that's not to say I don't fucking pig out and eat some nasty shit, but I don't eat meat anymore. I just had no desire. But cheese sometimes, you know, like, but I feel horrible afterwards. But fucking pizza, bro. How am I supposed to lay off pizza?
Because you put veggies on it, man. You could put some tomatoes.
I feel better.
Yeah.
Like the crust is so crispy, and you get the tomatoes.
I had pizza last night, man. So I definitely know. But
I did it 2 nights ago. It was delicious. I don't even regret it.
That's one of my big things. That's like the thing that I wrestle with. I don't wrestle with. You know, it's food, man. It's like trying to get my diet down but that's the biggest thing though, because like I said, it affects every area of your life. It can affect your sex drive. It can
it affects everything.
Emotions, man. People being depressed because they don't have the right nutrients and vitamins in their body. You know what I'm saying? Stuff isn't firing right, man.
Bro, you ever notice in the U.S. that mushrooms don't grow on the cow patties as frequently? You ever thought about this? Like outside of the U.S., every cow field has shit
they're putting
nature's num-nums on it.
They actually put certain farmers put stuff in their food to prevent.
It's antifungals. They put them in. They shoot the cows up with them.
Yeah.
But they also do it with hormones. And think of all these girls that look like they're 42 running around at 9. Right? They got tits. They got hips. What's going on here?
Oh yeah, come on.
I'm like, it's crazy.
That's scary.
It's real scary.
It's weird.
It's the hormones.
Yeah.
Especially Spanish chicks, they eat so much chicken. The chickens are pumped full of hormones.
Yeah, chicken.
They go in, bro. They go in. Spanish chicks and chicken is bananas.
Dude, it's we're changing, man, and the whole thing for me is the fact that like the government, FDA is okay with it. Like they're okay with like us eating certain amounts of poison. Like they sell us stuff. Dude, I watched this thing over in China. Like a lot of the rice that they're eating in China,
it's not even real.
It's plastic.
It's chemicals. It's fucking nuts, right?
Dude, they're actually making rice out of plastic. They're recycling plastic, making strips out of it.
I've seen it. It's nuts.
You
know where we just outsourced our meat to?
Rice, man.
We outsourced our meat to China, and at the same time, Obama silently outlaw or took away country of origin labeling on our food. So we don't even know when we buy beef anymore. A lot of our food is like shipped to China to be slaughtered and butchered and then shipped back to the US. Think of the health conditions over there. Our vaccines are made in China, dude.
They use sewage.
That's nuts.
They use sewage Sewage
to fry
sludge,
food.
To fry food as oil.
It's nuts, right? That's what they do.
Sewage sludge, man.
They really do.
It's crazy, man. It's insane.
You mean you want me to shoot my kid up with something that was made with sewage sludge in China?
Yeah.
With no health ramification barriers, nothing.
They're okay with, like,
the
government is okay with it. And so for that,
they love it.
Come on, that shows you that whoever's running stuff is wicked. What they're doing, man, and what they're
all about it.
and what they're holding back from us, but what they're giving us, dude, these people are wicked, man.
Bro, wicked.
Mm-hmm.
The synagogue of Satan.
The synagogue of Satan. Revelations 2:9, Revelation 3:9, man.
It's there.
They are the serpent race, man. The serpent race.
You know what Messiah means? In this is crazy, bro. Demotic Pharaonic.
Mm-hmm.
It means lizard king. MSSH is the word Messiah.
Yeah.
And it's motherfucking lizard king, bro. I told you so. Conspiracy theory that. Honey, get my tinfoil hat.
That's what we need to do in these interviews.
I need them. I really do. I need a fucking hat for this.
It's crazy because even like in the scriptures, it talks about the serpent seed. The seed of the serpent will be at war with the seed of men. And this is what we have, man. We have these, and I'm not saying you can call them reptilians if you want. People, some people get uncomfortable with that. But the scriptures themselves talk about the serpent seed that will war against the seed of man, right? This is what we're dealing with, the serpent seed. Demonic.
But you ever thought about archons?
Yeah.
Okay, so archons are defined, I believe, as artificial intelligence that lacks the ability to create, that would most likely use a means like numbers to control others once learning how to use the numbers in that reality. What we have currently is an economic system that's been controlled by a very, very select few people on Earth. It seems that this economic system is obviously based on numbers and lacks any creation, right? We're almost being enslaved by the money system. And these archons, these archonic forces, which I believe would be the ruling elite, are the ones that lack the creative ability of divine intelligence like nature and are trying to create almost robots. Have you ever read anything about Morgellons disease?
I haven't.
This is bad, bro. Okay, so nanotechnology is now growing inside of humans. Mm-hmm. It's fucking nuts. So we're getting dumped on by barium, strontium, and aluminum in high doses by chemtrails.
Exactly.
Our sink water contains fluoride, which is sodium fluoride, which is a toxic byproduct of what? Aluminum production.
Barium's also in the water. I get a report about what's in our
everywhere.
Water. And that's it.
Then we have big pharmaceutical drugs and a lot of fluoride in the big pharma drugs.
Yo, are you still there? Corey, you still there? Can kind of hear you. But I'm not sure if your phone messed up. I hear somebody walking around. You there, Corey?
Bro?
Yeah. We can't talk about this stuff, Corey. All right, his phone just went out. He's coming back.
Bro.
Yo.
What was that?
We can't talk about this stuff, man.
Really? Is that really what just happened?
I don't know, but I definitely been in those situations where you're talking about this stuff and then your phone cuts off or your phone messes up. Definitely been in those situations, and I know a lot of other people can relate as well.
That's scary as shit, dude.
I see you now, though. I see your
oh
room.
My God.
I see your room.
My room is there. I went upstairs to take a piss.
Okay.
We have a bathroom on the roof.
Awesome.
It's great.
So it actually picked up your camera sideways. So just turn your camera on the side.
All right, let's see.
Bing.
Turning. How's that?
That's even better right there.
Bro, I can't believe that we just got cut off because we were talking about that.
Yeah, it happens, dude. Like, dude.
So that means somebody's listening to this?
Yeah, we've got a pretty good bit of people listening on our end. But like I said, I don't even think that it could be like an agent listening. I think that a lot of times it is the trigger words that you're saying. So like they can go through and find out certain words that you're saying, and they can pull the video. They can not let you monetize it because they know that we talked about 9/11, and so they have these certain words you can say, dude. You could try it on the phone. Mention these words on your telephone. You can hear stuff clicking in the background. You can hear somebody pick up. You can hear a recorder.
Oh, I hate that.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
Whenever you mention these trigger words, it's definitely
I use a track phone now. I'm so paranoid.
Yeah.
Double VPN. I'm like, screw this. I think it says I'm somewhere in freaking Honduras.
Yeah. So
messed up.
Let me see if we got any other comments. There's a lot of people. Let's see. Religion is bad for your health. Let's see.
Religion is bad for your health. Spirituality is health. But religion, I don't know. A lot of good clues. That's what it is.
Let me ask you about this. We're talking about plant medicines. What about the plant? What is it called?
Ayahuasca.
No. I know that's a big one, but they just made it illegal in the U.S. You used to be able to buy the extract and smoke it. Salvia.
Salvia. I was talking about that the other day. So salvia is just sage. It's a species of sage. It's like a holy plant, you know? I don't know, you know, it doesn't really have like a medicinal value to me. It's kind of like one of those things that I think is it's like beginner-ish, which not to condescend at all. I'm just, it's like just it's too basic for me. Yeah. I mean, I would rather have like a spiritual experience, like on mushrooms or mescaline.
I've seen that's why I'm asking, because I've seen different documentaries where people were chewing the leaves, and instead of being blasted off into outer space and not being able to have function of your body and drooling and crying and that stuff, what people are doing when they smoke it. It was a big thing to look up people doing it on YouTube and them just losing control of their body, pissing on themselves.
I've seen it. It hasn't been my experience with it at all. Yeah.
What about
Nor does that sound like an experience I want. No, I'm okay without feces on me.
But I've seen the one where people were chewing it, and they did like a clinical study, and you could watch the documentary. It was like some dude who was a hippie. He's really into plant medicine and LSD and stuff. They let him do it, and then they let a guy do it as well who has never done anything. And so they kind of studied their body and what happened. So the smoking of the extract messed them up. They had that, but then when they chewed the leaves, it slowly brought them to this place, and they felt like they were connected with all creation. This person had this immense love for the tree next to them. They felt like the tree was a part of them, and felt like their energy was connected with all things. So I didn't know if you had any experience chewing the plant at all.
I've never actually gotten my hands on the leaves in that state. I mean, I've gotten dried, probably processed, on like St. Mark Street, New York City.
Everybody, it was something.
We've all done that. But they have all these extracts, right? There's like the 10x, the 20x, the 400,000x. Like, I don't know what any of that shit means. I know that I can look at bud and know what I'm smoking. Like, I can look at a mushroom and kind of know, like, all right, 5 of these is too much.
Yeah.
4 of these is right. I mean, salvia just seems like all these X's and shit. I'm like, I get confused with X's, bro.
Yeah. No, definitely. So with the rapé, how much is good? I heard just a pea size.
Yeah, it's like, it depends what you're going for. Sometimes, for a really grounding experience with the yopo extract, it's like 2 pea size portions, 1 for each nostril. It's traditionally applied in both nostrils. That's the way the medicine is.
So you do 1 in one nostril, 1 in the other.
Yeah, 1 in one and 1 in the other.
Yeah.
Same amount to balance the masculine and feminine energies inside. About a pea size amount is about right for each nostril, in my opinion. But some people will do more, some people will do less.
Yeah. So what about the ayahuasca, man? What's your experiences?
Bro, I didn't do ayahuasca. I haven't done it. I'm around retreats constantly.
Yeah.
Ayahuasca is I got a big fucking ego, bro. I'll be the first one to admit it. I am not some fucking holy man walking earth. Yeah. I'm just an asshole who sees things completely fucked, and I'm just trying to do something about it like everybody else. I'm no different. But my ego is out of control sometimes. Ayahuasca is like an ego drug, bro.
Yeah.
That, it'll put you right against your ego, and I'm too much of a pussy to face that right now because I know how big my ego is. I'm going to get my ass kicked, bro.
Yeah.
So I don't know about that.
A lot of people fear it because you do have to face that stuff. You have
super powerful medicine.
Even with the mushrooms, like whatever you've been suppressing from a child,
it's there now.
You have to deal with it. Like,
yeah.
If you hate yourself, if you think you're ugly, if you think you're overweight, there's been some beautiful stories come out of it, man. I got a buddy of mine, Drew Gower, I'll give him a plug, has hashtag no days off. He was close to 400 pounds. He's the one who got me into my first dose of psilocybin and my second one as well. That was a life-changing experience. And so he went on. We did these little retreats together, man, and we had these heart-to-hearts, man. And there was an instance where we walked outside and walked back in, and we had to pass these mirrors. And he looked at himself, and I grabbed him. I said, "Hey, man, look in this mirror, dude." Because we're in bliss, man. We're connected with each other, with God, and you know what I'm saying. And I said, "What do you see?" And he's 400 pounds. You know what I'm saying. He's like, "I see somebody who is blah 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 blah." You know, but on the inside, man, there's love and there's light, man, and you're perfect, you know. And I had the revelation of like, he was really big, right? But inside of him was something beautiful, right? And then we look at like a lot of people who are going out clubbing. On the outside, they're sexy, they're made up, they look perfect, but on the inside, there's demons living, right? You know,
they're fucking broken as shit, yeah. Bro.
So
that
anyway,
good look shit is nothing.
Dude, it set him on a journey, man. And it's not all the time instantly, man, but it sparked something within my buddy Drew, man. He's already lost 100 pounds. Hashtag no days off, man. That's what the medicine did for him, man. It showed him, and it'll give you it's weird because the medicine will give you steps. You can, you're communal with God and the angelic forces, and they say, look, this is what you need to do. I know what you want, and it's already within you. This is what we have to do to birth it. Do this.
Yes.
Quit smoking.
They'll step by step give you everything smoking, you need.
Stop cursing so much. Stop doing this. And I'm going to put you on platforms that you have to get things out of yourself that until once you deal with this stuff, I'll give you the platform. I will open up the world to you. I have things for you. And it's like, yes, sir. Yes, thank you. And they're giving you the guidelines. Write it down, and you come out of that state like, damn, I'm ready, man.
Yep.
I'm going to address these issues. They showed me that, even if I don't, they still love me. It's still all love, and I am loved. And that love is what empowers you to deal with the bullshit. The love, to know that you're loved, man. We were, dude, like, when I went on the, like the really deep encounter we had on the Hero Dose, I was with a bunch of Christian guys, man. And some of them, it was their first time taking it. And I had never done that Hero Dose. We were listening to Christian worship music, man. Just in adoration of how beautiful God is, man, and the love that we felt, man. Dude, it was an otherworldly encounter, man. Just to like, we all know that we're loved and God loves us and Jesus loves you, but when you actually get to feel that love,
feel it, yeah,
body,
it's like sunlight.
And you don't need to be on mushrooms to do that. You don't need to be. You just get quiet. You get in prayer and ask for it. Ask for the Holy Spirit to come. God, let me feel your love. And dude, it's a day. Like, I have to go to that place daily. Like, especially when I get crazy headed and life seems to be overwhelming me and questions come up. I just go to that quiet place. God, I need you right now. I'm asking for your touch. Let me know that you love me. Show me again. And dude, it's that simple, man. Even though the psychedelics and stuff are all beautiful and they're all used for different reasons, man, go into that place of bringing to your awareness everything to that one thing. Just focus on God, His love, her love, everything. There's nothing like it, man.
That's a fact.
And so people are asking how to kick addictions and stuff. That's how you do it. Like, you just get in that place of love, and I am loved, and know that you don't need anything outside of yourself. All these things are good. We're not knocking it, but you don't need it. Like, you have everything.
No, you don't need anything.
Because what's the scripture say? The kingdom of heaven is within you.
It's within you.
You don't need anything that they're selling you. You don't have to go anywhere. You can simply close your eyes, get into a prayerful state, Kundalini yoga, whatever your spiritual practice is. Just know that the saints and the disciples and Jesus regularly went in and out of trances. They were definitely about the trance state. The words in the Bible Like the scripture clearly says that they were caught up into a trance, or they went into a trance, or fell into a trance. How do you fall into a trance? By doing breath work, by doing yoga, by bringing to awareness, is coming into the now moment. Because that's where everything's created, in the now moment. There is no tomorrow. There is no yesterday. Your past is erased. There is no past. There is only now. When you're watching this, there's only now. And you bring everything into that now moment and you create it. You create your future. You speak it out. And that's where the power is, man. That's why people like Eckhart Tolle are making millions of teaching people how to come into this powerful now moment.
He's fucking brilliant, huh?
Yeah, man.
He is a smart man.
Yep. So yeah, that's the beauty of it, man. What are your experiences? Because I know you say you know what I'm saying, you follow Jesus. Have you had any like encounters with Jesus or with the Holy Spirit, man?
Oh God, when I woke up, I was so broken. I didn't know what to do. The world, I seemed to be on a different timeline. I don't know if this will make sense to anybody out there, but I was looking at a reality where I was seeing Iran go to war with Israel right then. It didn't happen where I am now, but in the reality I was in before I was in this one, Iran and Israel were going to war. So I was praying in my shower. I just like fell down and I was praying to Jesus. I was praying to the Mother Earth, and I was crying and crying. And I had this experience. All my breath left me. And when I breathed in, I had a new consciousness, a new thought process, there was something different inside of me, or I was stronger.
Yeah.
Quite the experience. I felt alive and aware, and I could see the world, and I could see the infinite worlds that there are coexisting with this one right now, because it's all consciousness. So I had then an understanding of how things work. That night I had this experience where I could see how time worked, how it was infinite layers of existence. We move in it based on vibration and frequency. The highest vibration is divine truth or love. The lowest vibration is fear. And we vary between those scales. And time is a reflection of the fear or the love that's in our life. When you're unhappy, things go slow. When you're vibrating high, things move fast. And as you vibrate higher and higher, you come closer to a singularity of being or isness. And that vibration is where you can stay to create the world around you from the present perspective of now with love.
That's good. That's good, man. It's so tied in with the breath, with the prana, breathing in, the peace. Even in the scriptures, it says that Jesus breathed upon his disciples, and they received the Holy Spirit when he breathed upon them. The word spirit is in Hebrew the word breath. Pneuma, breath. That's the spirit. Yeah. So we breathe in, man, and that's something too. Just by coming, like, just get out of autopilot, bring to your attention, your awareness, take that breath, man. Breathe in that strong breath. And at the top of the breath, dude, I get a tingling sensation at the top, and it's the Holy Spirit. Like, I can literally feel that.
Yeah, I get it in my crown, right?
Yeah. Dude, I feel it here, then it just goes throughout my spine, just like I feel it. It's that peace, and you have that within you, but you have to slow down and bring to awareness, man, the time, and just take the time to do it. Most of us don't. We're on autopilot all the time, man.
Oh, me too, bro.
I know.
Life, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
What the fuck happened? I was a kid playing in the mud. I had my pockets full of frogs, and now I'm doing this. What happened?
I know.
Where did the job part come from? I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah. It's hard for me because I've had so many awesome childhood experiences, and so free, and no bills and no worries and stuff. So it's hard for me because I try to live in that moment. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, no, I have to like come back to the now, you know, instead of keep, thinking about stuff that happened in the past that was so beautiful. I have to like create a future or bring in something beautiful to the now moment with my daughter, with my family, with my fans, my music, or whatever, right? To kind of bring.
You got any dogs, bro?
I do. I got a couple dogs.
Aren't they the shit? Dogs
crazy,
are great,
man.
bro.
I love them. They're crazy.
What do you have? Pits?
No, no. I got two mixed, like Chihuahua and Feist mixed, two little guys, and I got a huge husky and wolf mixed.
Love it. I love huskies. Dude. They're super smart and super active too.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But they're
man.
smart like what? Yeah. And they're conniving little fuckers too. They will piss you off.
He tries to escape all the time, man. He likes to go on journeys and stuff. He'll escape,
do that.
He'll escape and go through the swamps and stuff, dude, and come back full of. He'll be chasing boars down there, like big boars and stuff. He's chasing them through.
It's nuts. Where you live, Tennessee?
No, I'm in Alabama.
Alabama.
Yeah, dude, I went down there to try to get him. He was in a swamp. And I hear him barking at something crazy. And all of a sudden, it's freaking, I just see the bushes being knocked down. He's like chasing boars and stuff through the swamp, dude. And I'm like, wow, them things will kill you, man. You run up on a boar.
Oh, yeah. No, I've seen them.
Yeah.
They're about 800 pounds down there, too. You guys got massive ones.
They're huge. You can't pick them up.
Yeah.
There's no way.
I've seen a 1,200-pound one shot once, and it might have been Tennessee.
I used to work for the city, and we had to go pick one up on side the road because somebody shot it or hit it with a car or whatever. But I had to go pick it up, man, and there was no budge in it. I was like, "What is this?" It's like a cow. It's like a huge cow with freaking husk, you know?
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Dude, it was huge, and yeah, there's no way you can just pick it up and put it on. We had to like try to roll him on the truck, man. It was insane.
Sounds like a smelly ass mess.
I had to go. There was a lot of times like that. I used to work with inmates, and we would go get inmates from the prison and bring them back, and we do all types of stuff in the city to cut the grass and weed eat ditches and stuff like that. And they would always call me when there was like all the hunters. They wouldn't just they would shoot a deer and they would throw the carcass on side the road somewhere, and we'd have to go get them. And I would go there, man. It would just I would pay the inmates because it was my job to do it, but they had to help me. But I was like, dude, I'll give you like $5 if you just pick that thing up, man. I don't want to touch it, you know.
Yeah, fuck
and they were
that.
like, all right, man, I'll do it. So here, dude, take $5.
Bro, know? we collect heads like skulls.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is pretty cool. This is a sea turtle skull.
Wow.
Pretty neat, right?
It's insane. Yeah.
So we find out the fishermen just catch them and then they throw them over the deck, and as they fall, they break their back. Anyway, yeah, we're skull collectors.
There was there's a girl down here where I live. She actually does that. She picks up roadkill, and puts the bodies in like an ant bed or something to get them cleaned out, you know. And she takes the bones and makes crazy jewelry out of it, like big neck pieces and like helmets and rings, like anything you could think of, man. It's crazy the art she does with skulls and bones and stuff.
It's nice. I love doing that. Bones make great jewelry, and they're organic, you know, putting metal in your ears, like even the gauges. I started using seashells.
Yeah.
We have a particular kind in Maui that are really long and red and thick, and you can just kind of cut them and file them down, and they're kind of like, nail material, keratin. Yeah. And they fit perfect. They even have like on the inside little rings, and it looks like Africa.
Oh yeah. I've got some pretty dope ones. Mine are acrylic though. I had some wooden ones. I had like wooden ones with the Mayan symbol or whatever it was.
The sun, right? The calendar.
The calendar. Yeah, I had that. That was dope. It was so funny. Like I would walk around because it was brown, and people were like, "What you got, Lynn? What's that? An Oreo symbol?"
Looks like good though, right? The wood looks fat.
No,
I love it.
Yeah. And then other people would see it and be like, "Oh, what is that? The Mayan calendar?" Yeah. That all worked out, didn't it?
Yeah, right.
The 2012 thing, I was like, come on.
Yo, it kind of did work out, man.
Yeah, but like people like David Wilcock, which I love David Wilcock, but he marketed the hell out of that, and like the world was.
What did he say? The world was going to end?
Everybody did. Yeah, the world.
I mean, it kind of did end. I think our third density ended. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think we went more into a reality of creation with thought.
Huge awakening going on from that moment,
right?
Man. Huge awakening.
It was like that's where I really woke up. Mm-hmm. I was sitting in a jail cell in Denver, Boulder, Colorado, maybe, and it was 2012, and I was like coming off heroin and crack and meth, and I was all fucked up, and I just like had an awakening while I was there. It was like things I knew I had to get out, and then since then everything's been quite interesting.
Yeah, they always are, man. Everybody in the chat room having dialogue. If you guys have any more questions, let me know. Even if you already asked it and I didn't see it, just post it again, man. yeah, be sure for everybody to, if you're enjoying this channel, if you're enjoying this interview, be sure to subscribe. Give it a thumbs up if you want to see Corey back on as well, man. Let me know. Let me know if you guys are enjoying this interview. Leo, I'm trying to see what my buddy Leo's saying. He's got a, okay, he's, it's one thing, this is what Leo says. I guess it's just a comment, but it's one thing to want to move out to the jungle to be able to escape the system, state, and smoke weed and do drugs freely. It's another to face these problems head on and be a part of a nonprofit or have a job that represents individuals who are minorities, oppressed, underrepresented, and poor. Fighting the good fight within the system, we all must have a calling, I guess. There's a lot of truth to that, man. Everybody, the whole thing with Colorado, all my hippie friends in Alabama all moved to Colorado. So, like, they're all leaving. Like, it's kind of like this weird story of, like, these girls get into smoking weed, they get into hula hooping, and then...
Oh, yeah, every single one.
Yeah, then they just move to Colorado. They grow dreadlocks and move to Colorado. That's just been so many people down here to do that.
So the whole thing with moving to the jungle, right? Like, so... certain people are, there's archetypes of souls, and there's different types of souls. Different types of souls have different purposes. I'm a good communicator, right? The place that I can best get my information to communicate is in nature. I can't be in a scenario where I don't have nature to show me what I need to tell others. When I woke up, I realized that the world really lacked knowledge. The biggest knowledge they lacked was knowledge of self. When I gained my knowledge of self, I realized I couldn't live in a society of everybody else's knowledge of who myself should be.
Yeah.
I had to leave. But my mission is the same. My mission, I'm on my DMs all day, all night, just answering questions, helping people as best I can with whatever answers I can tune into.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't able to do that from the city. All the Gwen towers, all the radiation, all the bullshit.
Yeah.
I could not function at my optimal and bring people what my gift is, which is it's communication, communicating what I'm learning to other people, to show people what they need to do to take the system apart. I can't be a part of a frontline revolution, say go to Standing Rock. I can't do that. I'm a convicted felon. I go there, they charge me with some bullshit for holding a picket sign or shoot me in the face.
Yeah.
And what do I got? How am I going to help? I've considered all possible options, and I thought that this was the most noble I could be to offer my services for free. I mean, I don't ask people for money for DMs. I've been helping people since I woke up. I gained 55,000 people in 2 years because I just helped selflessly.
Yeah.
But I couldn't do it in New York City. I couldn't do it in Beverly Hills. I didn't escape anything. I'm not escaping me.
That's awesome. Yeah. It's awesome though with the internet, you have the ability to reach the nations, to disciple the nations, man, to help people grow spiritually, come out of spiritual bondage, counseling, like all of these things that people are needed. And the weird thing about it is like, because most people are having these encounters and having these spiritual awakenings, and they don't have a guru. We don't have a teacher. We don't have Jesus. We don't have Paul. We don't have like Baba G, you know what I'm saying? And these angelic type of people to go to. Like most of us are experiencing this thing head on by ourselves. So we have
and they're scared, bro.
They're scared.
They're fucking terrified.
Can't
the government's
tell nobody.
Corrupt as shit.
You can start going around start telling people that, hey, an angelic being showed up in my room, or like I'm gazing at UFOs and they're talking back. Like these UFOs, I feel like they're communicating with me. They got some place for you to go, right? So I think it's important for us to, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Even me, I was ridiculed. I was laughed at. You know, TruthSeekah talks to UFOs, or you know what I'm saying? What are you smoking? You know, if you're doing,
I get that a lot.
Yeah, you got to be on drugs, man. If you're seeing UFOs, man. Nope. We've made it a point to have no alcohol, no beer, no weed. I tell them no weed, no nothing. I don't want it to
it's
go
better.
and have an encounter and be like, oh, you guys were drunk, you guys were hallucinating or whatever.
You know, for CE5, you can't even be fucked up because the density of the beings you're communicating with are above fourth density. They're not interested in communicating with somebody that's on a second plane of existence. It's you. They have nothing to say to you. You can't even reach that state on alcohol. It's impossible.
Yeah. So
they call it spirits. It's called spirits for a reason. It doesn't bring on the good ones.
Yeah, it's so crazy. Like even there's like liquor stores around here called Bacchus. And the Bacchus, it was like it's like this like crazy goddess worship of like revelry. You just get drunk and plastered and roll on the ground and all kind of stuff. And there's stores named after like these gods and stuff, man. Who are
Sounds like possession to me, bro.
It is, man. It's so crazy. Like,
it is.
I do enjoy alcohol from time
a good
to time.
Possession.
Yeah,
I do enjoy a good possession. I do. You know, it's nice.
I got a friend of mine. He's like, the Bible says to test the spirits, to test drive them.
Oh my God, test drive them. Fuck that. I don't want anything. Yo, you've been encountering, or when you first started meditating, you encountered demons, right?
Yeah. Early on. Yeah.
Right. On. Me too. Okay. Yeah. Because
I don't anymore though. That's the
weird thing. They guard the temple gates, you know.
I think
that's a pretty normal experience.
It is, and it's like early on. I think like what you're saying, like, is whatever level you're vibrating at, and you're
gonna
really
meet
go in, you're gonna meet it. I think even maybe, I'm not saying this as an expert, but the whole bad trip thing, like if you're doing a lot of bad stuff and then you just show up in the middle of the spirit realm to see what's around you,
it sucks.
You really do find out what's around you, man. And some of that stuff could scare the hell out of you. But once I changed my life and started trying to be a good person and helping people and having angelic communication, when I do that practice, it's all been beautiful. I haven't had but back early on, no, I was getting possessed, dude. I brought spirits to my reality.
Oh, it happened to me. Can I tell you a story real quick?
Go ahead, man. Definitely.
Yeah, I took some acid one night in Maui. Okay, I laid down on the ground. I maybe took a little too much. This is a common theme in my life. I'm always over tripping or whatever. I laid down on a Maui centipede, which is exceptionally painful to get bit by. Damn. The fucker bit me right on the chest, right? And I had everything just kind of get erased from reality. And there was a demon there. Yeah. Okay, it was in this house that I was staying at. Turns out, after the trip, I found out that I was on a place that they used to sacrifice people who broke the laws of taboo back in the indigenous cultures of the islanders that had come there. So I actually had an experience where I was physically attacked in a trip by a demon. I got picked up and thrown across the driveway. This was a very real thing, and I'll never be able to explain it, so it makes sense. But it turns out that everything I saw on this trip was actually taking place at this place in an earlier part of my reality. I got in my car and tried to drive. Tried to drive away from the trip like a maniac.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was so bad. I parked my car in the middle of the road, and I got out and I hitchhiked back to the place I was staying. It was the scariest experience of my life. There were babies nailed to trees. I mean, it was crazy.
Yeah.
It was horrible. The best trip of my entire life, because I learned so much about myself.
Yeah. Even with the bad trips, yeah.
The bad was the best.
Yeah.
Because it showed me what I'm not to be afraid of anymore.
I've only did LSD once, and it was as a teenager, just being out there head first. I did it at church.
Nice. How'd that work out? It's shitty to be inside on a Sunday. God's got nothing good to say about that. He wants you in the sunlight.
Yeah, it was insane. I shouldn't have did it. People knew I tried to go take the microphone away from the pastor. Like, I didn't.
You
know
probably had something better to say. You were on acid.
Hey, it was weird. And people
it makes sense though.
Transforming into those, like, Rob Zombie paintings from like White Zombie. The ears are dripping acid and melting, and they turn into monsters. And I'm like, whoa.
I've seen them.
Yeah, so that was my only experience with that. But
honestly, that's how church looks to me if I go in on any day.
Because you can
completely
see in the
sober.
and you can see in the spirit like what these people really look like and stuff.
I'm like, fuck this. No, your fancy jacket is not going to buy you out of hell.
Oh yeah. There's people. Somebody said, man, this is deep, but we had a visitor at church years ago when I went, and they told the guy who led me to Christ, they pulled him to the side and said, you guys are in here dancing and singing and praising, and you guys are so deep, so spiritual. You guys know things about people. You're in tune with the spirit realm and the spirit of God, but you cannot discern that you guys have pedophiles and child molesters in here, and your kids, you're letting your kid, there's this weird trust, and you're letting your kids run around, and your kids are sitting in these guys' laps, and these guys are
crazy, right?
Convicted child molesters, and your kid is sitting in this guy's lap. Like,
that's a fact,
you guys are so spiritual, but you can't discern these guys and what's going on. And so
that's why I walk right out of church.
Yeah,
I'd probably get hit by a lightning bolt if I went to church, because whatever God they're worshiping in that church is not the one that I know to be.
I fully agree.
That's not my savior, bro. Fuck that.
It's so weird because, like, what I say is that a lot of those people I'm saying this about myself, is we have a genuine encounter with God. You have an encounter with Jesus, with the creator of the universe, the God that made all of existence.
Right.
He reveals himself to you. He changes your life in an instant, in a moment. And then you go to church to try to maybe recreate that or cultivate that relationship. And then you have to deal with dogma. You have to deal with lies. So you take one burden of addiction. You kick addiction. You kick being judgmental. You become brand new. You become born again, what the scripture says. But you throw off that bondage to only receive
and trade it for some more bondage.
Yeah, and you don't know because you think that these people are walking in the light, and
it's so bad, bro. False prophets.
Yeah, you kind of see them like maybe a lot of people see the government, like these people who have your best interest in mind, and there's no way that this person can have ill intentions, right? This person can't be money hungry. This person can't be on a power trip or ego trip. This person can't be.
At least Donald Trump shows us that we're money hungry, pussy grabbing on a power trip, orange spray painted lizard motherfuckers.
Yeah, so you can't say anything about him. He's kind of like,
you can't even argue with that. Yeah, you're a fucking American. Okay.
It is weird though because the right wing conservatives, they vouch for Donald. Like he is, because they have to vouch for the right wing choice, right? Anti-abortion, whatever the case is, pro-establishment or whatever, God, right-wing. So they vouch for Donald Trump because he's the only option that they have. So they have to pretend.
How did we ever get into a predicament like that, where those were the best to...
Yeah, they pretend like he's a good guy. Instead of calling him out and saying, you know what, the system is bullshit. They're both evil, which right. I think most of us know that. But the right-wing conservatives are like, nope, he's a good guy. He's the person who God has ordained for this hour. Are you insane?
Are you fucking kidding me?
He's the person God has raised up. Like, no. Come on, guys. You guys have to wake up. Like, there's so many Christians and so many pastors who, not that I look up to, but that I say, okay, I like you. I like what you're about. You lose all credibility with me now. Because you're vouching for this devil? No, you lose all credibility to me now.
All of it.
All of it.
All of it. Like Bernie Sanders. Okay, look, the guy had like a good thing to say. I don't believe in any voting. I don't believe in voting for anybody as president. Period. I think that nobody, and I think Jesus would say the same, nobody's more fit to rule over yourself but you.
Yeah.
Like you give your power away, you're going to get exactly what the energetic decision dictates.
No, that's what
somebody has power over you.
That's what the early story in the Bible was about. Was about that the people were begging God for somebody to come and rule over them. He's like, no, like it's like an anarchist system. Like you guys govern yourselves. Look to me. I'll lead you. I'll guide you. They're like, no, we want somebody. Give us somebody. And they gave them this wicked demon-possessed ruler, Saul. I said, okay, if you guys want somebody that bad, I'm going to show you how it's like to be ruled by somebody who is the embodiment of everything bad. And then you guys will look to me, right? Then you guys will be grateful that I love you and I'm here for you.
Yeah,
and he gave him Saul. He gave him Saul, this guy full of demons and a wicked guy. He's okay. You guys asked for him. I'm going to give him to you. And kind of like the church is what we say was going on in the church now. The church is begging for Donald. They got their Saul. They were begging for this guy, man. They got him. Let's see how you like him. You're not gonna. They think he's gonna end abortion. And come on, man. It's a circus, man.
Scripted. People think that there's going to be a politician that's going to change things, but I mean, as long as there's bankers, politicians are never going to change anything. As long as there's a Federal Reserve that doesn't answer to the American populace and we're creating money out of nothing, debt-based currency and all this, it's actually slavery. We may have let the blacks go be citizens, but in reality, we just took away the whips and we made the rest of the people in the country fucking just as much a slave, minus the beatings.
Yeah.
Everybody's fucked now. Whites, blacks, reds, browns, yellow. We are all fucked together.
It's a dictatorship that disguises itself as a democracy. That is the illusion of choice. They make us feel like we have a choice, that we can vote and get behind these guys and actually change it. If that was the case, everything that Bush brought in, Obama would have got in office and just cut that shit off. Nope, I'm undoing it. This is not what we're about.
You can't do it.
No, dude, it's so
the
crazy
legislation is passed in a way that you can't even find out what the legislation is until you pass it, so you can read it for a period of 6 months, and then you can rectify it and take it back if you want. Think about how insane that is.
It's not.
You mean there's a bill that says we're going to execute all black people in the country, and I have to give you 6 months to accomplish it just to read that it's going to happen? That's a thing.
Dark stuff, man. It's
crazy.
Dark. Dude, there was this church that I was involved with years ago when I first came to knowledge of Christ, and they had on their papers that somebody gave them their land, like this millionaire gave them this huge property, and said, but there was a clause, no blacks were allowed on the property. And
it's
so they have this church that's growing. It's a pretty big church. It's growing, moving, and over the years they wonder why there's no blacks here. There's a word curse spoken out, man. There's a decree that was declared at the conception of this church that no black people can step on the premises or whatever. They did have a new pastor come in. He caught wind of it. He found those records and they burnt them in the church. He's like, you know what, this is
that's crazy.
He called it what it was. So definitely hats off.
Did you know that the name of the first slave ship was Jesus?
Yeah, SS Judah, man. The tribe of Judah, which are the
chosen Israelites.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Which is who we call, I wouldn't say the Africans, but the Black Hebrews, right?
Black Hebrews, the fucking Ethiopians. I mean, come on. I don't know how this has gotten so confused. It drives me bananas.
The Native
Americans, another tribe of Judah. Yeah.
Gad. I mean,
all tribes.
All of them. What is it? The tribe of Issachar is the Mexicans, the people who we call Mexicans. Those are the tribe of Issachar. And if you look, it's so crazy, man, but if you look at the curses that the children of Israel received because they turned their back upon their God, like he said, look, if you don't want to follow me, like there's going to be these it's almost universal law. Like I give you two choices. There are two trees, man. I'm giving you a choice between good and evil. If you choose evil, man, evil is going to come. So you choose today. And they turned their backs on God and said, you know what? We don't need you anymore. Okay, the curses come with it. And all of the curses for these particular tribes, the tribe of Gad, the North American Indians, Issachar, like it is the embodiment of what them as a people group are going through right now. The Black Hebrew Israelites, that the scriptures say that God will erase their name off of the face of the earth if they turn their backs on God, right? And they did that.
And look what happened.
They did
and it's
that.
Exactly what happened. They burned the libraries.
That and
Camelot.
Even like their last names, like the black people who we know in America, that's not their last name. Their last name is not Washington.
Did you ever think that these Africans in America were fucking living here? What are the odds of these?
A lot of them
were. I don't think that. What about the slave
ships?
ships? Like, I don't think that all of these Africans in America came from Africa. I think that a lot of them were indigenous to America.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not getting the vibe that there's even like truth to. I don't know. It just seems all fucked up. I think that this place got conquered by people who then erased the history of all the people who were here. I think the Native Americans would even attest to that too, that there were black and copper and Arab looking motherfuckers here before we were, or before I was. I don't know what your nationality is.
Yeah.
I'm white and I'm sorry. Super sorry.
I'm white and Indian. I'm white and Native American. Porch Creek Indians. Show my tattoo, but
most of y'all are down there. Huh?
Yeah, there's a lot of Indians down here. Definitely.
Everybody's like, half Native American down there.
Yeah, even the black
it's
black
better.
People, they're
even the black people.
They're mixed with Indian too, as well. Yeah.
I like that soul they got down there. By the way, shout out to Southern black people.
Yeah.
For just being fucking jolly as shit and all your cute ass outfits. Because I love the way they dress down there. They got so much fucking pizzazz, bro. They're pimping. It's a good look. I like it. Cracks me up.
Just the culture here, even like, it's so like washed down though. Like, but you got to go back and do the research of how they got it. Like, even the if you do the research on how, like in the South, like the big thing is eating chitlins and pig feet for you know what I'm saying, a lot of black people, that's what they eat. Chitlins and pig feet and like hog maws, right? Like I would never eat that, man. I would never eat that. But you got to see, it was like a delicacy for them because they would like take the slaves and throw them cut up pig remains and make them eat it. So they had to cook it and they had to eat it. And even today, they still eat that as a delicacy. Pig feet and hog maws and all kind of
crazy
stuff, man. It's passed down.
I can't say it's healthy. That's a fact.
Huh?
I can't say it's healthy.
No,
that's
no, it's not. But I mean, it's like by, you know what I'm saying, tradition, like that they eat that because that's what they were fed when they were slaves, man. They would feed.
Oh, I know.
They would feed them pig scraps, and they would eat the pig feet and cook them and stuff, and like they still enjoy that to this day, right?
Bro, did you know a pig is the only animal that you can take the heart out of and put in a human?
Yeah, pig hearts. Yeah.
And if you think about the concept of as above, so below, as within, so without, it's almost safe to say that the heart is like where Christ consciousness lays, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible that pigs are a hybrid species between wild boar and humans and that they lay on our consciousness grid and that the enslavement of billions of pigs over the world are a causing factor of maybe our consciousness being kept lower? Maybe this is actually like a conspiracy. Dun, dun, dun.
Well, like the dolphins or something. That
like the dolphins, too. They're like here from Sirius and Andromeda. Mm-hmm. They're here to help us.
Yeah.
That's the constellation I came from. I'm not sure about you or your seed origins.
Yeah. I mean, I will say that, like, people domesticate pigs, man, and they treat them like dogs, like animals in their home, you know.
Yeah, they're mad smart.
They're smart, and
super smart.
Yeah, they definitely weren't created to be eaten. Even the scriptures tell you that, right? The scriptures talk about.
Oh, they do. Yeah, they warn you about pigs.
Yeah,
they're like, don't fuck with this.
Yeah.
Every scripture across every religion, everywhere says, don't eat this shit.
Yeah. Don't eat the pigs. Don't eat the bottom feeders. Don't eat the shrimp.
Don't eat catfish. Don't eat lobster.
It's because they're bottom feeders, and their purpose is to clean up the earth. Like, this is why they're here. He created them to clean up stuff. When you throw something down, what happens? If you have roadkill and humans don't pick up the roadkill, who comes gets it? The vultures, right?
Vultures.
The buzzards. If you eat a buzzard, you'll die. Like the different.
Oh yeah, they're so toxic, dude.
Yeah,
have,
you can't eat it. You can't eat it. So yeah, that's why. And even the pigs. So like, whenever we hear "you are what you eat," like that's the real deal. Like
that's a fact.
Because whatever you eat, it comes out through your pores. When you get sick, you can sweat it out. It comes out. But pigs, catfish, shrimp, they don't have pores. When they get sick, when they eat rotten food, it stays in their skin. It stays in their skin. So they can't sweat it out because they have no pores. So that's why you're not supposed to eat them, because when you're eating that, you're not eating, you know what I'm saying, them, you're eating everything that they ate. Whatever they ate, that's what you're eating. So catfish, what do catfish eat?
But I love catfish. It's actually like such a delicious fucker. Why does that taste so good, bro? I know, man. I don't even eat fish or meat anymore, for the record. Occasionally eggs, occasionally cheese, but definitely not meat. But catfish, come on, Cajun catfish. How the fuck are you not supposed to put that in your mouth?
Something about it, man. But they eat all of the feces from the bottom of the riverbanks and the riverbeds.
And they love it.
That's what they eat. That's what they're here for. That's their purpose. They're here to clean and filter the water. You're not supposed to eat those guys, man, because you eat them, you're eating everything that they ate. They don't have pores. They don't sweat out. They eat sludge. That's what they eat.
It's so bad.
So yeah, that's the whole kosher thing. It's, you know what I'm saying. I mean, dude, I went like 8 years eating kosher. Me and my family. We wouldn't eat any pigs, any bottom feeders, any alligator.
I just figure kosher is safer because the Jews make it, and since they're the ones trying to kill not the Jews, but this one particular state of Israel is the one trying to kill everybody. I figured
if they eat it,
their food would be safer,
if
right?
they don't eat it,
too.
If they don't eat it, then maybe we shouldn't eat it either.
They're not eating regular food.
They're not going to McDonald's.
Kosher organic shit is safe.
They're not going to McDonald's. Hey, your mic is a little low, man. I don't know if your hand's over.
Bro, it's because my earphones died.
Yeah.
So I had to take the camera down.
Well, dude, we're right over 2 hours, man. I think we covered. I think we covered a lot of topics. Like I said, man, everybody, if you enjoyed this interview, you want Corey to come back on, we'll do some more talks, more interviews. Let us know. Give this video a huge thumbs up if you want to see him back on. and we'll do another conversation, man. We may even, you know, bring in some other people to have like a round table with you, man. That'd be dope.
Absolutely.
Everybody...
Yeah, and if anybody else wants to find me, I'm on Instagram at 3rdeyeopener, 3RDEYE opener. You can also find me on my website, www.3rdeyeopener.com. Facebook is Coy Spills. YouTube is 3rdeyeopener, and stay tuned for some more shenanigans down in South America.
He stays consistent with his uploading, unlike me.
I'm real good on Instagram.
He's got it on lock, dude. I need to let you be over my Instagram, man, because I don't update it enough. I got people who are like making me like videos to put on there with my music, like, hey, you need to put more of your music on there. I'm putting just like family stuff on there and stuff. But
yo, you should put your video from Fearless up there. Like, just send me a clip of that. Actually, send me a clip. I'll play it on my page, and then I'll get people to come over there.
Dude, whenever you mentioned my name that one time, like I've got hundreds of subscribers. Like,
oh, they're so loyal, dude.
It's crazy,
it's scary. Man. It's got to scare the system a little bit how loyal these people are.
Yeah, it does. That's why they're taking precautions, man, and trying to shut down these little avenues that we have, and it's crazy. Yeah, everybody go and follow Coy on Instagram, 3rdeyeopener. Follow me too, man. TruthSeekah. One word.
Yeah, TruthSeekah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna continue making music, Coy, but like you need to go listen to my new song, dude.
I will. Send me the link.
My new song. You know what? I don't know if you can hear it though if I played it right now.
Do it.
I'll put the link in the description for people can go listen to it. It's like the first song I've done in over a year, but we got some new stuff coming, man. Me and Watchman's working on his project. I got a new song coming out with John Illuminati Congo, man. We're talking about spirit beings and entities that reside within nature. We're talking about these guys,
the elementals,
the sliffs, the salamanders, the elementals, man.
They're everywhere, bro.
Dude,
dragonflies, man. Look out for them. They know.
Man, I've seen some of those jokers too, man. So we're doing a song about that. There is new music coming, but everybody go look up my song TruthSeekah. Second Life is the name of it. It's on YouTube, so check that out. And I'll talk to you off air, Coy. Appreciate you, brother.
Yo, peace and love, brother. I'll catch you on the flip.
Shalom, shalom, everyone. Peace. Thanks for watching.